It's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm hoping he'll be back.
There's nothing behind you, so you need to check.
What we all doing? Oh my god, Jake's on Elden Ring.
You're Jake.
Yeah, I've not exactly played it in a couple days.
That's been
I
far
actually
too long.
fucking get somewhere. What's the controls? No, serious, I'm fucked. What's the controls?
You know what the controls are. It's okay.
Absolutely not, bro.
Hey,
I've only got like 4 or 5 games of Souls experience.
That's
Have you?
not enough.
I didn't
at
know
all.
that. What game's that? I never heard of that game. Have you heard of that
It's
game,
about
Tyler?
4 of them.
What, Cuphead?
Yeah, Cuphead.
Me and Tyler, me and Tyler are the OGs.
Me are Tyler.
What do you mean you and Tyler are the OG's Cuphead?
Because me and Tyler went through
God, I didn't
the
like
whole
that.
game together.
So did I.
What do you
So did
mean?
Tyler.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, but you aren't OGs of Cuphead. You can't be an
Yeah, we
OG of Cuphead.
You
Why
can.
not? How?
It
Well,
just
you
doesn't
played-
make sense. I
you
just
played it on like the opening week.
What?
Yeah. How does it? Yeah, that means it's
That's
OG.
what an OG does.
Say again.
I played it with my dad once at
Say
EGX.
again.
That was
I literally couldn't hear anything. I just heard Joe, I heard Tyler, I heard Jake at
I
speak at the
wasn't
same
talking.
time.
So we
Say
played
again,
it,
Tyler.
played it on like the opening week, and that's what.
Yeah.
OG is.
So did I.
Okay, you're an OG then. Congrats.
All right. Look
Yeah,
at my gooch.
No.
that's not
You're
very
just not
nice.
as good as me and Tyler. That's all it is.
No, you're just bad, Jake.
Me and Tyler are the boys.
You're bad.
Me and Tyler are the boys, bro.
Boys can look my ass.
I mean, technically yes, but I'm not gonna.
Lick it.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, prolapse it. For it.
Please tell me someone kicked him.
It was Davison.
Fuck.
He's having trouble.
Good.
Here's 1 penny. Thank you, Bog, for the 1 penny.
Yo.
Hey, bro, that's
Yo.
a penny for your thoughts.
It is.
Oh.
What's up with you?
Sweet
Sorry.
off, brother.
Are you good?
Yeah, it's all Star Wars talk.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars got me snoozing.
Does now.
Got me snoozing already and ain't even talk about it yet.
Bro, that Valiant Gargoyle combo's AIDS.
I wanted
Right.
to. I wanted to say that this was going to be the first one where all of us are in here, but it might not be the case.
Is that the unique selling point for this one?
Yeah.
Then Davison decided to.
The gang's
the
all here.
He
boys.
decided
We're
to
gonna do the scene.
disconnect.
We're gonna do the fucking Smash Brothers opening.
All the boys.
I wish I
Big
knew it.
No,
Everybody's
no.
Osa ring. Well, like, oh, so you need Wi-Fi?
We're not allowed to talk about Siege on stream. Shut up.
He has broken the sacred accord. Get him.
Is he back?
Hello?
Oh my god, he's back.
This might sound even worse because I've had to pull out the laptop, so.
That sounds better.
It's tolerable.
Actually sounds better.
It's tolerable.
Does it still sound pretty bad though? Or...
It's bad.
Yeah, but
It's
still better.
yeah, it's bad, but it's better.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah. We're good.
I'm afraid you'll have to make do.
We're gonna have to make do. Anyway, this is, unless I got the number wrong, Jopodcast number
Fifth.
5. 5th, yeah, good, nice.
The Jopodcast the 5th.
The 5th, yeah.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh.
The podcast strikes back.
Oh, I should have called it that. Oh well,
That was a really good idea, actually.
it would have been alright.
Just don't have that artistic taste like us, Joe.
No,
Yeah, but
you're
it's the
right.
perfect segue
Alright,
into the
you've got
into
better.
the
You
topic
don't
as
have
well,
that
innit?
quite that.
Word of
You're
mouth.
more of a critique than a creator.
This is a knob.
That's
But yeah,
fine.
because we've got Tyler the creator.
Oh my
Well,
god, we do.
True.
Yeah, but Tyler's nowhere near as good as Tyler the creator.
I
A
am.
few people are.
There's a lot of conflicting views here.
Yeah,
I'm better than him.
Ooh,
I love Joe's stream voice, by the way.
He puts a voice on,
Is
doesn't
it,
he?
is it
Yeah,
not, is it not the same? Is
he
it not
puts
the
a
same
voice
as the
on for
normal
stream.
one?
Even though like an
I've
hour
never
ago he
noticed
was
that.
at our fucking throats.
Is it not the same as the normal
You
one?
got that good look, bro.
No, it's just you put on this persona.
I didn't
Well,
know
he
that.
actually talks.
I
puts on this
I don't
persona of
know.
being a funny person.
Right, this is a good start.
Just got TK'd for picking
Speaking
Jack
of
or
being a
Love
funny
Siege.
person,
We love
everyone in
that.
Star Wars these days, big quips. Am I right?
Oh yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
What do you think of that segue?
it was all right. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Joe.
So
I worked
we've
like
all
2
seen.
seconds working my brain to think of it.
So we've all seen the originals. We've all seen prequels.
If you haven't, what kind of nerd are you?
The good kind. Actually, no, I'm on about the originals. The bad kind.
And how dare you?
What pieces of Disney Star Wars have we all seen?
All of it.
I've not seen the Clone Wars.
Neither.
Neither.
I've not seen Book of Boba Fett. And that's pretty much it.
My voice is mad.
Oh wait, and Rebels. I keep forgetting that's a thing.
I forgot about
As does everyone else.
that.
I've just seen the films and the 2 Disney Plus.
Wow.
It's all right
And
then.
that's it.
Is no one else?
What?
We don't have to ask Tyler. We know what the answer is. It's
I've watched
all of it.
everything but Resistance.
I
Wait,
didn't even know.
Resistance? What the fuck's
I
that?
didn't even know that. What's that?
Just terrible.
Oh,
It's,
what about
um,
Star Wars Visions? Is
Terrible.
that out
it's
yet?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I've
been out
watched
for ages.
Visions.
I've heard that is awful.
Visions is all right. I like
I've
it.
heard Visions is pretty good.
I've heard it's awful.
Who did
So
you
I've
hear
I've
that
heard
from?
everything's awful.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Joe,
'cause
it's
it
not
mostly
got
is.
an overarching plot. It's episodic.
That doesn't mean that it's
Each
bad.
one's completely different.
That doesn't
It's
mean
made by
it's
a
bad.
different studio each time.
That doesn't mean that it's bad.
So it's like it's going to be a cohesive show. So you can't
Okay.
critique the whole show. You got to critique each
Oh
episode.
no, you can critique the whole
You
show. 'cause
can.
it'll still
No,
have Linkin
not
Park.
really.
If I
A
want
good
to, I will.
anthology is one that still has a link.
I was going to say, they're going to have a link.
But the link is that it's different every time.
That's
not a link.
Yeah, it is.
If they're different every time, how's there a link?
Exactly.
But there has to
That's
be a
the
link.
link.
That just proves the
There's
point.
going to be a
That's
through.
the
There's
link.
going to be a through point, but Jay's got
What?
like.
You
small
just
brain, so
contradicted
he can't really
yourself.
think of it.
It's the link.
Moving away from
There's a
what
link.
isn't a
They're
link.
all
Yeah,
different.
the
So how's there a
missing
link?
link.
That's the link.
Moving away
That's
from
the
what
link.
isn't a link.
Right, okay,
What?
yeah. Right. So we've all seen, I'm pretty sure all of us have seen Mando, right?
Yes.
Well,
Which one?
All of it.
Both of them.
Oh, no. Which one, Joe?
The Mandalorian.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We've all seen
Yeah,
that, right?
I've watched that one. Yeah.
What, seasons 1 through 3?
2.5.
You didn't answer.
Bro, you actually threw me for a second. I was like, 3? Where the fuck have I been?
Oh, yeah, you know what? That's like, when Mando season 3 comes out, the actual one, that is going to be so off-putting for some people, because you're like, wait, how did this happen?
It's just like, it looks like you'll have to go watch another show.
They're going to have to
Yeah.
label it season 3.5, aren't they?
Someone
It's fucking Kingdom Hearts.
I'm kind of
someone really
convinced.
hates Boba Fett but loves Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And they come back to it. It's like, oh, Grogu's back. Oh, what's going on?
Oh, he's got a Naboo. He lives in a Naboo starfighter now. Where'd that come from?
What? Stop
Anyway, where do you get this?
spoiling
This is big
it.
upgrade.
Oh,
my
shut
God.
up, Jay.
I ain't
Shut
watched
up.
it yet.
You
Yeah, but
weren't
you're in
going
this
to.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're,
but
you're
I
in
ain't
here.
fuck off and
You
watch
came to a
it.
podcast to
watched
talk
it,
about
yeah.
Star Wars, and I was surprised when we
We have
talked about
I
Star
watched
Wars.
said that we have openly said we are
I-
spoiling.
I-
You've
I
had
watched
6
it.
weeks.
Sorry.
Was that it
Jay,
then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Jay,
okay.
we've openly said that we will spoil that. in
All
this
right, and just let me know and I'll mute myself.
Okay.
How are we meant to let you know? We're just going to be speaking.
How is
you
this-
might as well just not be here.
how is this
because
gonna
you're
work?
muted the whole time.
Here's what you do, right?
We're
You
talking
think-
about it, mate.
You
It's
was
think
gonna say-
before you think before you say.
Fucking
No.
Richard,
Or
fuck
you watch before you fucking try and join a podcast
was
which
gonna
is
say,
about
it's
Star
gonna-
Wars.
It's about the
I've
whole
said-
of Star Wars.
I've
not
said-
just One Piece.
No, it's about the new
Yes,
Star
and that's
Wars.
part of the all of
This-
Star Wars, Jay.
I need to watch
I wanna-
every piece of content.
Right. No, I just want to make it clear. I said quite a few times this was going to be a focal point, and you still chose not to watch it. But you said that you want to.
Well, can
That's
we hold
not
out?
on
I'm not
us.
going to be here for the whole of the podcast anyway. Can we hold out on that one?
Sure.
Okay, that's okay. Fine.
Looks like it's just talking about Mando for now then.
That's still no. To
excluding
be fair,
season
that's,
2.5.
There are
That's still
11 other
fine.
movies.
Yeah, but that's not really current.
And the spin-off films.
And the
That
animation.
was within the 11.
I don't... Come on.
It's not really current though.
Wait, isn't there someone here who hasn't seen all the
That'd
two
be
spin-offs?
Davison.
Disgusting.
I know you
Give
said
me
he
what?
the other day. Have you
Um,
watched the other two spin-offs, Davison?
Oh, I haven't seen either of them though.
Solo and Rogue One, I told you. Because you said
disgusting. Filth.
the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Actually evil, bro.
I'm considering I'm the miserable one. I think Rogue One is the only good Disney Star Wars content.
I really like Rogue One.
Damn.
Gotta watch it, man.
Alright, what's our first conversation point?
Rogue One is absolutely lit.
True.
Bro, even
like-
Joe likes it.
Comment.
Even I, is that the thing now?
No, it's more of
even
just like
Joe
it is a
likes
talking point. Like, that's the only thing from the Disney Star Wars era that Joe has even like given a second thought about.
Oh no, I've given plenty of thoughts about the sequels, just not
I
good
haven't.
ones. I've given far too many thoughts about the
Force
good
Awakens
ones.
is good. Up
It's
until the last 10 minutes.
it's the least worst.
No, it's good.
No,
I'll stand by that.
that's fine. It's okay to be wrong. This is how we do it.
I haven't watched The Force Awakens in a while, so I don't remember.
I just think it's the least. I will watch that one again out of all three of them.
All I
It's
remember
the
is
le-
that.
I think it's the least
all I
worst.
remember is that spoiler alerts for a film that you probably should have fucking seen by this point. Han Solo gets clapped. That's pretty much all I remember
This
from
was
the film.
7 years ago. It's okay.
I
No.
can't believe you. How could you spoil it?
7 years.
Yeah, 2015.
Jay feels old.
Yeah, 2015.
Oh my god.
To be fair, it doesn't feel like that long ago, does it?
No.
It's a
No, because they all
long
feel the
time ago.
same.
It'll feel the same.
Yeah, that is my favourite one, but for that sole reason, Jake, that he gets absolutely clapped.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate him.
Even Bog is like 7 years. What? Do you know what? I think the weirdest thing for me is like, if it was 2 years between the sequels and it didn't even feel like that at all.
No.
It's like,
Yeah,
so you go to watch Last Jedi. It's like, damn, Force Awakens was 2 years ago.
that's another reason.
Wait,
why
let's
I
think
feel
about how long ago was episode 1?
bad. Episode 1 was
90s.
1999.
Episode 1 came after episode 3.
1999. So we
Episode
have to
4 's the
wait
earliest
what,
one, yeah.
15 years?
Are you on about A New Hope or Phantom Menace?
Episode 1.
Episode 1
my
came after
God.
episode 4.
Episode 1 is what I'm on
Do you mean
about.
the original first film ever?
No, I literally said episode 1. I'm
Phantom-
going in the order of the shows.
The Phantom
Episode
Menace.
1.
Films.
The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
1999.
You know what I'm on about? Yeah.
No.
So
No, we
I'm trying to
don't.
This
calculate.
is the only franchise where that's confusing.
There was a 3-year
And it-
gap between the
literally.
prequels. It was 99, 2002, and 2005.
No, what about like
Mm.
what's the years between the first original episode 4 and episode 1
Like,
Episode 4.
and then episode 6? What's the time difference? Because then we can expect an episode
Do you mean
10.
episode 7?
We can predict when the episode 10
Oh,
is
between
going to come out.
episode 6 and
Yeah.
what? Okay, so
Yeah.
16 years.
16 years between each one.
Yeah.
So in
So
what, 7 more years? Not 7. It's fucking longer than that. 9 years.
Well, maths.
In-
You can do it.
I've been up
Yeah,
all
no,
night,
no.
right? My brain is chung.
You could have just not.
Jake, I don't,
You-
I don't even talk to you. You just got to scramble my brain here.
As we're doing maths about films, and they're all
Yeah.
out of order. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
What if they do some more
Right.
like
It
Well,
I
hurt.
honestly
Simple.
felt offended when Matt said quick maths because he's doing maths as a subject, so I felt proper offended by it.
Bro, even Matt doesn't know how to do quick maths. I don't teach you that.
No, I don't teach you the
Facts.
stuff you need.
They teach you how letters affect the important calculation of 2
no?
plus
What
2.
they're teaching me is how to read Greek.
Yeah, let Matt talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
to be
He
fair, they
knows
pretty
what
much
he's
do.
on about. Mr. I know everything. All right.
I
Right.
mean, I
Star
did-
Wars.
I did-
Star
I
Wars.
did A-level
Star Wars.
maths.
Star Wars. Carry on.
Just want
Rogue One.
You can't just do that stinger to Jake. Ask him
Rogue
not to
One.
get annoyed and then move on.
Rogue
I
One.
know.
What's Rogue One?
Have you seen Rogue One?
Yeah.
What do you think
What
of
were you talking about it? It was alright. I didn't mind it.
It's the best one of the Disney shit.
Yeah.
Even without being the
Yeah, but
best
that's
one,
not
it's still
saying
really good.
much.
it? Well, it is.
No,
What do
yeah,
you
it
like?
is,
Do you
'cause it
like
actually is a
Mando?
good film.
What do you think of Mando?
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is that the movies, it's not
Well,
saying much.
okay.
It doesn't take a lot to
I'm
be
on
in
about,
those movies.
but I'm on
you know
about
what I mean?
all. Yeah, but I'm on about all of Disney. All of Disney Star Wars. I mean.
I think Mando's better than Rogue One.
No.
Someone is wrong, but okay.
I'll just think Mando's terrible.
I just didn't like Rogue One as much as
How is
Mando.
Mando terrible?
Well, let's.
Wait, did you say Mando's terrible, Tyler?
No,
No,
I
Joe
did.
is.
Well, the
Mm.
character of Din Djarin is flat. Other than being a bounty hunter and liking Grogu, you can't really say anything about him. The
He's
world
stuck
building,
between-
he's
He's stuck
got a
between
helmet.
protecting his creed and protecting his child.
yeah, which betrays whenever the plot needs it to. The actual form of the way, like, contradicts itself between seasons. That's a Book of Boba Fett spoiler.
I mean, to be fair,
can't discuss it yet.
I always
But
feel like it's kind of meant to contradict it, but I don't think that they meant it like that.
no, it's a really stupid thing. The arc of the arc of Din Djarin not liking robots to then not minding them, I think, is a bit rushed. Because it's like, oh, one of them saved his life, so now he just likes all of them, sort of thing. When he saw super battle droids killing everyone when he was a kid, I think it would take a bit more than that.
I mean, he doesn't still like all of them, to my memory.
I think he just
He's
gives
pretty
them more
chill
of a
with them.
chance.
He's pretty
He
chill
just
with
gives
them.
more of a chance. Yeah, it's.
He's pretty
I
chill
was
with them
gonna do
compared to how
something
he
with
was.
Tyler there, but yeah, he like tolerates them, doesn't he?
I like. Yeah.
It's a bit different than just liking them.
Which any scenario would, if you didn't like a group of anything, and then one comes along and
Yeah, choose your words carefully.
No, that's
If you didn't like say like this group of mates that used to be your mates or I don't know whatever, you didn't like them because of one reason and like piss you off in school or something.
that one comes along
And
and
then-
saves your kid.
Yeah, one comes along to you and buys you a pint at the pub, and you might think he's all right. You know what I mean?
It's all
And
rushed.
then you
No.
might like him a bit better. I mean, you're not gonna fucking just start a fight with him on sight every single time.
With the time constraints they had, it wasn't rushed. Like if it was in a film, they'd have to rush it a lot further.
Yeah, but there's filler episodes in both seasons. There's so many episodes where just nothing happens. A lot of it is just going to a random place to get some milk.
Yeah, I will say I love the Lego ones.
To be fair, his dad did leave to get
So,
milk.
can you get the Lego thing up?
No,
Please,
What?
a good
no,
one.
I don't want to get done.
Why?
Why?
It's no the Lego.
I think-
You can get the YouTube video up of the Lego because it's like
I know.
it's creator content, not.
If
Thank you,
they've
content.
seen it, they've seen it. It's
Oh.
it's viral. It's fine. I think I like Pedro Pascal as an actor, but he's just very wooden in Mandalorian.
Who voiced Grogu?
A puppet.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, the
if anyone.
puppet has a voice.
It's probably
I mean,
Who's
just
behind the voice?
Who voices him?
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
just
Honestly,
It's just sound
Yeah,
effects.
I want to know.
It's just
A
like sound
nondescript
effects. Yeah.
child.
It's Vin Diesel.
I also
To be
I
fair,
was wondering.
I also
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Speaking of Grogu, I absolutely hate him with a passion.
No,
He's
like the main
terrible.
reason that
I know what I'm getting you for your
think
next
Mando's
birthday.
pretty mid.
He is terrible.
yeah, but he's cute.
There's this entire show. You have no idea as to why
Yeah.
Din Djarin even went back for Grogu because he's a
Joe.
bounty hunter. Yep.
Because he was abandoned
He-
as a kid, and
He'd be
that-
drinking the milk, Joe. He'd be
But,
drinking the milk.
but that line of work requires him to have that sort of turned off mindset.
Yeah, but he probably
So how has he
just full on
survived that
shit.
long?
He was probably like shit. I dealt with that as a kid. I don't want this kid to deal with it either.
But if you're going into a bounty hunter line of work, you got to have a turned off mindset like that.
Well, clearly he's a traumatized person.
I had a weak point.
Clearly he's a traumatized person from a young age.
Well, but even then
Oh,
though,
oh, yeah.
even
Yeah.
then though, listen
Shows
to
like
what I'm
not enough
saying.
trauma,
Carry on,
zero
carry
out
on,
of
carry on,
No,
carry on,
even
carry
then,
on.
even then, he saves Grogu. What's the actual attachment between them beyond that?
Not much. You're all right.
There you go.
Well, you say that.
And the show is
Grogu did
complete.
Grogu did save his life.
But why?
Time, like when he's like
Because Grogu is just a
he
good
saved his life.
being. He just knows good from wrong.
He's a child. He doesn't understand anything
He's
that's
also
going
a couple
on.
hundred years old.
He's of course a couple hundred years old. Yeah.
But he's still a
60.
kid. He's still a kid though. In that thing, he can't talk yet. The only thing he's there for.
Enough to know
Being a kid, being an infant, he's been 6 years old. He's experienced shit.
I really think you're grasping at straws here.
Okay. Just let me explain my point then.
Okay.
Because Jay's bloody interrupted me.
Oh.
If this entire show, okay, even if the baby is clever enough and all that, the show doesn't do a good job at all of showing that. There is absolutely no way of seeing what that baby's thinking, what his personality traits are or anything. He's purely there.
He likes fish eggs.
Yeah, he's purely there to eat children, kill a bloodline, but he save Din Djarin when the plot needs him to, and then fall asleep. This baby is stronger than literally anything, and he has no idea why. We have no idea why. It's
I would
really,
say he's a bit of an ex machina.
just a bit, just a little bit.
But
It's Star Wars, bro. We're in the home of the Ex Machina.
there's nothing real to give us like anything of a sense of growth between the two characters, because they don't have any time to discuss. They don't have conflicting values, because Grogu's literally just chilling. Okay, he might have an idea.
Okay, yeah,
Exactly.
he literally can't speak.
Exactly, and the show builds on the show tries to build on that. But
Honestly, he is purely there to be cute.
He's purely there to be cute,
and
yeah.
also to get slapped up by stormtroopers.
That was funny.
That is intense.
Yeah, that was.
I like how just in a fucking Disney Channel series, they just have straight up child abuse. They just punch the child.
But most Disney shit is child abuse.
So, we are a multicultural team.
Cinderella
Police.
child
Now, with that
abuse.
over the way, punch the child.
There's just there's no way of knowing what's happening. If the baby is literally just
The baby.
The baby.
yeah, he's
go.
literally just cargo in most of the episodes.
Cargo.
And
Yeah.
when
But Freddie Green baby take knob.
Take
So,
what?
So what?
I don't
the
think it's
bloody-
that kind of child abuse.
oh yeah,
Jimmy.
that was meant to be a really touching moment, wasn't it? When he bloody
Yeah, when he
has
had
the
the
bloody
knob,
gear
yeah.
knob,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
So, Joe, would you have preferred it if in the show he was like a teenager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
with,
at
like,
least-
CBE.
Or at least
if he
was
just wasn't in the show.
or at least was able to actually talk to him.
Well, like a
that would be-
9-year-old. Like 9-year-old
Sure,
in Grogu
yeah.
years.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that would be a million times better. Because at the I just don't understand the relationship between them.
I
The
mean,
show
it does
doesn't seem
explain
to.
that, like, the baby is part of the Force, and the Force
What's that
is
got to do with what I
usually on the
said?
side of good.
What's that got to do with what
He
I said
wasn't.
though?
And so he knows good from wrong, like,
The baby.
just because they're strong with,
Actually,
like,
that
was it the
reminds me. Bloody
midichlorians or whatever.
Grogu
And there's
doesn't
never
understand
been-
anything though, because
And there's
Midichlorians.
never been. Isn't it like true that? Isn't it true, Tyler? It's like there's never been one of the the green people from Yoda people. There's never been like an evil one.
They are like the most pure race.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, it wasn't Yoda.
So they
That's
know
still-
they know
that's
from
still-
young good from
that's still
wrong.
contradictive in the show. Because
What do you mean?
Gina Carano's character has a friendly bloody arm wrestle with Din Djarin, and Grogu tries to strangle her to death.
Yeah, because
Protective.
yeah,
Mm.
The way I see it, it's quite like simplistic point of
it
view.
picks and chooses when he's a baby.
No,
I
no.
will
Yeah,
admit.
yeah, it does pick and choose when he's a baby.
I will admit it is like that.
The reason Mandalorian has the bond is because obviously his parents were killed. He had to be saved. He was brought into a creed, and this is the same story. Like he was going to be Grogu was going to be killed. He saved him because of how he felt as a child, and then he brought him up in his own creed. So he abandoned the old creed to make his own. You know that Rhino one, whatever the fuck that is. So I understand what you mean with Grogu's side being a bit up in the air, but I think Mando's side is explained a bit more in detail.
I can see the idea. Yeah, it's just I just don't think there's enough
'Cause
substance.
the show's also
I
called
just think-
Mandalorian, not Green Baby Puppet.
You for you well, he's.
Yeah, that's why the baby
think
don't talk
that.
too much.
I just think like, why would he
Sounds
even
like
be a bounty
weird
hunter
Sesame
then if he's
Street
just gonna
knockoff,
let
Green Baby Puppet.
one guy get to him, one little baby get to him?
They make out that he's never had to deal with like human cargo of like children before. I doubt he probably has had to deal with that prior
But
to
if
that.
it's a very bounty of that value, surely they want to make sure that they get the bounty hunter that will do it, which is why he gets
Well,
really $1 million worth of Beskar on him.
I'm guessing they just presume because he was the best that he'd just do
He's
that.
he's a Mandalorian. They are considered
Yeah.
extremely.
But they didn't know he had the
trained.
soft spot for that specific thing.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know why, other than the trauma thing. But then it's like
That's a pretty good reason.
it's not good enough.
Aren't Mandalorians known to be greedy when Beskar is involved anyway? That's just a point of
Very,
contention.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's
Whenever
Beskar
they
is really good.
Whenever they
shit.
put
You know what, speaking
Beskar
of
on the
Beskar-
table,
Vibranium,
it's
bro.
supposed to be like
It's stronger
Beskar is
than
supposed to be like
vibranium.
Beskar.
It's
it's
their
like
metal.
their metal.
It's
It's their
Mandalorian
metal.
metal.
They own it. So whenever they put it on the table, they're like, "Yeah, that's ours. What you
Think
deal
about
with it?
it.
I'll do anything for that." You know what I mean?
Speaking of
Yeah.
Beskar,
So he goes and gives them the
Don't,
baby
Joe,
because
don't
he
even
wants
go
the
there.
baby, and he
Stop.
goes back.
Speaking of Beskar, that is another example of the definition of plot armor.
It's so bad.
At least
Absolutely
it's more,
hate
it's more
Beskar.
obvious than just the bullets
feel-
miss.
To be
It's
fair,
Yeah, and the
not.
fact that
It's
every
worse
single
than that.
bullet fired
It's
ever
not.
hits
It's
that.
worse. It's worse than them missing.
look,
No, it's not.
I don't mind it, but the thing that gets to me is that all of the Mandalorians, slight spoiler, in the Clone Wars, they get shot down in one hit, dead.
There is that, yeah.
It's just
That's the only thing
inconsistent.
that gripes me.
So the thing with Beskar, so it's like with the stormtroopers are pretty stupid in this as well. I know they're not the most intimidating things in Star Wars, but my God, they are
Well, they're
literally just that.
basically cannon fodder stupid.
Yeah,
they are
yeah,
just conscripts half
Yeah,
the time.
but then there's no stakes in any fight scene because you know that Mando could just
Well,
run
that's
in.
the same in the original trilogy. There's no stakes.
No.
Like, when you're going to
To
get
me, there's
stormtroopers,
no stakes.
you're going to get stormtroopers.
Well, when you've got inexperienced fighters, there's a bit more
A
than
New
that.
Hope, I understand that, but
Yeah.
Empire and Return, not at all. Like, they are not a threat.
What do you mean they're not a threat?
Hence the reason why they bring out a fucking Mandalorian
Yeah,
to make it a threat.
It's just the fact that the armor literally covers like barely
the
half of his
armor
body, and
cover-
every
yeah.
single bullet hits it.
Every single blaster shot, if it doesn't miss, it hits his Beskar. Every single time, about 40% of his body is covered in it. All they need to do is hit him in somewhere that isn't there, and then
It's the same argument of Captain America and the Shield.
I
True.
wouldn't be too bothered with that.
But Captain America
that.
gets hit away from the shield.
I wouldn't be
quite
too
a lot of the
bothered with
time.
it if it showed him utilizing cover to cover the bits that weren't armored, like what they actually would do IRL. Because in real life, you don't wear armor on your legs and shit like that. You only wear it on your chest and that. If they showed
Mhm.
him only like peeking up with the upper half of his body, I wouldn't be bothered. But the fact that he's just in a hallway open and it's very clear you could just tap it, like maybe a robot, okay, fine. Maybe a robot might not.
You know,
They might just be programmed to go sent to mass, but a person would eventually click on after the first two fuckers have been killed. I will give
The
you
best,
that.
no,
Is
the
there's a
best place
scene-
of seeing that is in no spoilers, but it's in the end of the last Boba Fett scene, like that last fight.
Yeah.
Let me
But
go look it up. Just real quick.
There's one scene in particular which really just makes me laugh every time, because Mando's running. I think it's like episode 3 of season
What?
2
That's what you do.
when I think it's Bo-Katan comes in.
Yeah,
They're like they're on that big ship or whatever it is, and Mando has like 10 grenades in his arms. He runs through a hallway. About 40 to 50 shots hit him. Every single one either misses or hits the armor, and he falls over, throws the grenades. The stormtroopers look at it and don't move. That's
just stormtroopers, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not good though. That's still not good. It doesn't matter.
That's bad. I've just watched
Every-
that scene. Oh my god.
Stormtroopers are barely trained though.
A lot of them, they're really inconsistent in the lore.
They're
with that as
really
well.
inconsistent.
They say that they're like, oh, they're
Yeah.
highly trained. Now, I don't have an issue if it was like eventually shown that like, oh, they were said to be highly trained, but this
It's
is just an
explained in the Bad
intimidation fact.
Batch. It's quite well explained in the Bad
There's
Batch.
Or is it something that they're just conscripts and it's more just an intimidation thing of saying, oh, they are really well
It's
trained?
numbers.
I've got
like.
I've got an
Do you care about
example.
Bad Batch
Yeah, they're
anyone?
conscripts.
Do
I've
you care
got
about Bad Batch anyone? Before
No,
I say
don't.
this, right?
I
No.
don't.
The reason they got rid of clones is because they're more expensive and you can get cheaper conscripts. That's all it is.
Mm.
And
I know.
they specifically didn't put as much time to training them because they were focusing on the build of the Death Star.
I
that-
swear.
I've
I know,
got
I know why they're bad, but in the films, there's like, oh, that was it. For example, that accuracy can never have been fucking.
I've got an
Tusken
example.
Raiders. It's got to be stormtroopers.
God.
What do you mean?
I've got an example as to why it's purely because the plot needs them to be bad in Mando.
Hmm.
'Cause in season it's in season 2 when Mando and I forgot his name, the guy they break out of prison.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr. Yeah,
Bilbo, yeah.
when they're delivering the tank of explosive stuff,
Yeah.
they're doing that big or epic chase scene, and then a blaster jams for the first time, and then they're doing that whole spectacle fight. They get past
The gems. I forgot about that.
yeah, they get past the bridge, and then every stormtrooper that comes out to defend them lands every single shot to get rid of the pirates.
That's true.
It's the most. I just don't understand it.
That's just all it is. It's just Star Wars like that. I see that as part of their charm. Like they know they can't do anything about it. They
Why
like
not,
you can't
though?
just kill main. You can't kill main characters off by stormtrooper. You just don't.
Rogue One,
They don't count.
they don't count.
No, joking. They do.
That's what I
I
mean.
mean, even saying that,
That's what I mean.
like,
I'm just
stormtroopers that they don't all have bad aim anyway because they all rank
Yeah,
up
look at
in
Finn.
they all rank up, like, you know, the Red Guards and the
Storing guards.
yeah, like, don't they, like, it's like they're like some of the
That's
best
it-
stormtroopers, and then they're
it's
going like a training thing for like there's like 10 of them, and
You're
then
on about Death Troopers.
no, they're fucking Red Guards for
What, in
Emperor.
Last
You know what
Jedi?
I'm on about? No, the Red Guards. You know, the red
Yeah,
fucking
the Praetorian
the red
Guards.
suits. Yeah,
Yeah, in Last Jedi.
Yeah, Tyler said that.
Bloody hell.
Are you on about sequels?
How they get trained?
Are you on about sequels or originals?
No, it's not about how they get trained.
Yeah, but which ones are you on about? The Imperial Guards or the Praetorian Guards?
No,
They are
not Praetorian Guards. No. I want about the original.
Yeah, Imperial.
Yeah, Imperial. Yeah. Sorry about that.
They don't.
They
They,
like-
do
They
anything.
got They got trained. Don't they get trained on like a planet somewhere? By the fucking. It's like 10 of them get trained. Some of the best stormtroopers get trained, and
There are
then
rank.
the
There are
last
ranks
one.
within the Stormtroopers.
They all kill each other, and the last one they get trained for like a month or so. And the last one they all kill each other, and the last one is the only. He's like the only Red Guard who's not allowed to be there, or some shit like that. I swear, I remember reading that.
There are ranks within Stormtroopers.
Yeah, but none. Yeah,
And
but the
stormtroopers
vast
don't just
majority of them are just conscripts.
and the Death Troop. Was it? Who's the pilots and shit like that? Like they
Oh,
rank up over time as well. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not like they all have bad aim. It's just
Yeah, but the only
Well,
ones that we see that don't
it's-
have bad aim either
hit the
eventually
Beskar.
turn to good
And that.
or are killed off
you
unceremoniously.
just got
They're just the same as every cannon fodder enemy in every.
yeah.
film.
Yeah, it's
So there could be a little more interesting ways of
Like,
doing it.
Pirates of
Look.
the Caribbean.
I'm not saying it's
Jack
great.
Sparrow ain't gonna get killed by some random pirate sitting on a fucking.
You know what you do?
I'm
You
not saying-
change
I'm
the
not saying-
fight
I'm not
scene
saying-
then.
I'm not saying it's
It's
a
one of
great
them.
cliche. It is really fucking annoying, but equally, it's so widespread that I can't bring myself to get angry at it.
Yeah, I mean, either.
But that's
Yeah.
all that's on screen.
I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm not saying I don't want it to go. I fucking do. 100%. It needs to be gone. It's AIDS, but it's also so widespread and everywhere that if they had that thought process, so many films would end very quickly.
So you know what you do then? You
Stakes-
change the
stakes-
fight scene.
The
So
stakes,
that
are
it
much
won't end
wide-
that
the
way.
stakes are much bigger than just going and fighting the stormtroopers and them having high accuracy, like shit like that. The stakes are so much bigger that they don't have the time in the show for them to stand there and be in a gunfight for hours on end. Do you know
I
what
don't
I
know.
mean?
I don't know.
So
I
you
kinda-
decrease. So what?
I
So
kind of
you
want a
decrease.
nice long gunfight.
So you
nice, good
decrease
long
the. So you
gunfight.
decrease the numbers in a hallway, and have the less numbers be more accurate, and they
Yeah,
have their
be-
own
because
Because they're
skills.
cannon fodder to them. They're cannon fodder to them.
Yeah, but
Or
Yeah,
even if
that's
they
the
do have
problem.
numbers,
they'll
actually
send
show
two in, and
those
they'll send
numbers.
two more after them, and send two
I
more
don't-
after that.
I
It's
think
like this.
the whole thing of like they've got numbers on their side, they don't seem to portray it very
No.
well. I understand in the old ones, it was old. They probably didn't
Yeah.
have that many extras. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But now I expect you to be throwing literally hundreds of stormtroopers at people. Was their entire thing. You're like Soviet Russia. Your
Yeah.
only thought process is we've got more
It
men than you.
wasn't in
Keep throwing.
Mandalorian, wasn't it? Still, it was after.
It was like 8 years
fucking-
after.
Yeah, so
still
there was
plenty
Yeah,
of
still
they've got a
stormtroopers, though.
they've got a slight excuse there. But what
There's
about
still
But
Disney?
it's not like
They
they've
don't-
got. It's not like they've got like a huge expendable amount,
Look,
and the people that they were fighting were just. They were just like, weren't they just like a what's it called? Fucking. I guess the military
The
base.
one- the one thing I did like was the.
Wasn't it just
in-
like just a research group in there, and they had a slight number of fucking.
if all the
Stormtroopers.
stormtroopers were highly trained, A New Hope would have lasted half an hour.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be
that's
fair,
what
that
So
goes
you
to
change the
every-
fight
Imagine if in
scene.
John Wick they just aimed for the head.
So you change the fight scene. You change it so that doesn't happen. You change so that that they can't get into a point where that does happen, or if you do, that the protagonist suffers from it somehow.
I mean, the issue is if you make all of them the same skill as the protagonist
didn't
due
say
to
that.
sheer numbers, they'll win.
I didn't say that.
You can't. I know why they're dumb. I understand that. That's fine. But it's the fact that I don't think I've ever seen a fucking stormtrooper actually hit a good shot.
think
Except
maybe.
for Finn. And he's
Yeah, I was about to say Finn.
anyone that's an ex-stormtrooper or ex-imperial can hit shots like it's nothing because they've been trained. If they don't swap to the good side, it's almost like the dark side clouds their vision.
The thing is, though, if Disney Star Wars now, like Mando and Book of Boba Fett, they make any excuse to have 1 to 2 fight scenes an episode, no matter what, and all of them are terrible because of this. So, and when the plot's in between that and nothing's going on then, and there's more fight scenes than not, I just don't get how it can be ignored.
I'd have to say my favourite fight scene from like Mando
Sounds-
would be who here remembers season 1? The what is it? Is an ATST. That
Yeah,
the one in the
yeah,
little
yeah.
village where they know that they've got a
Yeah.
massive raiding party coming. I'd quite like
Yeah.
that. Albeit, sure, Mando wasn't really at much of a threat, but it wasn't him that was at threat. It was that
That was
village.
like one of the first
That-
episodes, wasn't it?
I think it was the third.
Wasn't
fourth.
that like?
thing.
Oh, it was. Yeah, no, yeah, it was.
It was
the third.
midway through, I
It's
think.
early on.
Was it?
Yeah, it was when. Wasn't that when?
That's when he meets the ex-imperial drop trooper.
Yes.
What, Gina Carano.
Yeah.
She was Republic, not Imperial.
Oh, was she Republic? I thought she was Imperial.
Yeah.
My favorite fight scene, just because I'm a sucker for fan service, the Boba Fett one in The Mandalorian when he shows up.
I
I'm
want to
also not
agree.
including Luke.
Mm.
That-
I
Wait,
don't-
is that the one
I
where they're
don't
at
like
the
the look.
sea and stone wheeling?
Actually, I don't. Actually, I
yeah,
still
when
think-
Grogu's absorbing all that shit.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'd
Mm.
still say the ATST's a better fight than Luke. Luke's got a
I
nice bit of
think
fan
I think
service,
the
even
whole
if it
Luke
doesn't really
thing's
make much
stupid.
sense.
I didn't like that Luke turned up at the end.
Luke is
He's
purely
there for lore.
I just wasn't bothered.
Luke is purely there for fan service, because if you take the fan
Fact.
service away, that scene does not work whatsoever.
I honestly would have preferred that if they just left Luke out and just
The whole
brought
of
it-
season
and
2
had a
was
different
fan
Jedi. If they had a different Jedi show up,
You know, like maybe Ahsoka. You had her in one of the earlier
yeah,
episodes. And just have her come back.
literally, like
She's getting her own show as well.
I would have liked if it was just a no-name Jedi that no one knew. I would have liked that.
Yeah, it'd be another one. We'll add it to the list.
I was hoping for Cal Kestis.
I don't know what I was hoping for.
Something like just someone who's not just fan service. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I mean,
It would have been like, oh, who's he? Why is he here? We don't know what he's going to do with
I don't
Grogu,
think
but
they
you
should
know.
have done too much on the Jedi except restoring Grogu to his path.
Yeah,
Mm.
they shouldn't have just whacked Luke in there.
Well, I thought one main thing for advertising Mandalorian in general was that it was going to be disconnected.
Yeah,
Not-
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
and
trying
now
to.
and now
yeah.
it's not. It's completely interwoven.
It's literally
So it's just pointless.
As much as I originally enjoyed it because of recency bias,
Mm.
season 2 was really bad for cameos.
I'll just
Yeah, it was.
Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, Boba Fett.
Boba
One of
Fett.
their best episodes, I think, was
Yeah.
literally the Bill Burr episode.
That
That
that-
is genuinely a brilliant episode.
That
the
was
first Bill Burr
I
episode.
think it has
was one of
about
their
2
best
minutes of good in it.
episodes. and that's why they brought him back in the second
That was my
season.
favourite episode in the second
What, the
season.
one where
Yeah,
they go to the
I
prison?
agree. Yeah, the prison, mate. It's such a
That
good
is my-
Well,
episode.
no, in
I
the
think I heard
first
about. I
in
think
the first season, one of the best episodes was the Bill Burr
Prison.
episode. Yeah,
Yeah, the
I
prison
like
one.
that
why
one.
they
And
brought
Bill
it back.
Burr is a
That's
really
why-
good actor, and
that's why they
steals the
brought it
entire
back.
fucking
Yeah.
episode.
Out of all
Yeah.
of them, the prison episode was my
But
favourite.
it's not
as well.
just that; he's just a funny fucker. But
Prison one.
He's good. He's a good actor.
I don't think it was nearly as good
No,
as the one
I
in
mean-
season 2 because they fully developed.
No,
it.
I'm just saying, in release order, the first season, Prison was probably one of the
Oh,
most popular episodes. That's why they thought, you know what, we'll bring Bill Burr back,
No, I'm thinking of the
give him
Imperial
a
episode of
character
season
arc,
two. That's
and then
just
be
really
like,
good.
yeah.
Mate, he's a good actor.
I'm
He
not
is.
saying that he's not a good actor. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you know. I'm saying he is a good actor. It's
That's
fucking
why
brilliant.
they made the
I
second-
think-
Put him
the
in more
second
shit, please.
episode back.
I think.
Joe,
He's a
what-
funny fucker. He needs more.
Without that prison episode,
Yeah.
there would be no
Mhm.
season 2 Bill Burr.
Joe, what was your favorite episode in Mandalorian?
Across both seasons.
Across both seasons.
Yeah.
It probably is that prison one that we're on about, but
The
it's
prison one.
The prison one,
the
the prison one, or the one on the
season
Imperial
2
base.
one, the season 2 one,
The
Okay,
Imperial
Bill
base.
Burr
Yeah.
one. Bill
Yeah.
Burr. But
No.
there's not much in there that I like in it though.
Is it just the scene where he's talking to his officer?
No, I think that seems bad as well.
Oh my god.
What?
Why?
Because why
Explain.
would Bill Burr stir up a thing like that when 2 minutes before he was saying to Din Djarin not to do that?
Because his emotions got to his head.
Yeah,
It's,
So
it's
why-
almost like people are allowed to be emotional.
that's just
Do you
character
want to show with? Do
inconsistency.
you want to show
You'd
without
surely-
emotion?
Surely you'd think you'd have the mindset of if these people get who we are, then we're dead, and then the show saves them anyway. But that's kind of the stakes here. That's what they want us to believe. Because Din Djarin's obviously panicking because he's got to take his mask off, and Bill Burr's like, "Just keep you cool. I'll get us out of this." And then, just out of pure coincidence, his old officer's there, and then Bill Burr brings up the whole tragedy just for no reason. It wasn't even part of conversation. And then, even if they're trying to disguise as the Imperials or Empire.
Yeah.
They just give themselves away. I just think they could have got out of that very easily by just going along with the drink for a bit and then leaving, if they were the only ones that made it back.
Mando was. He didn't care. He was trying to
Oh yeah,
stop. What's his character's name? Mayfeld.
I think so.
I forget.
Mayfield, yeah, Mayfield.
What was the? Was it just that he was in the war? Was his like family affected? Bill Burr's character.
I think he was in
I
like
don't remember
he
exactly.
was in
something
like some sort of squadron, and I think his officer ordered something to happen, which killed all of his
wasn't he
mates
like in
or
like
something
a
like that. I don't
like
know.
a
He
like a
ordered them to
fire or
push
something?
like that.
It was Operation Cinder.
Didn't he
That was it,
order? Didn't he
Operation
order them to like
Cinder.
hold somewhere while they dropped napalm? on
He
them or
was
something like
he was told that they were just like holding people, and then they just completely incinerated the whole city.
Yeah, if he hadn't brought that up, then they would have got out scot-free. And
Yeah, but the reason he brought it up was because
they needed a fight
he was
scene.
traumatized by it, and he wanted
He
answers.
didn't show
and he
that
had a
before
moment of
though.
weakness.
But
Because
there was
he
no
didn't have a
setup
reason
for
to
that.
mention it up until he saw that officer.
Yeah, there was no
Yeah.
setup for that.
That's the guy that ordered the fucking napalm drop on him.
He
Yeah,
didn't have a reason to mention it prior to seeing him.
there could have been. If he was
Yeah,
ex,
I do
if
see
he
what
was,
Joe's saying. They could
if
have
he was,
introduced it earlier.
if he was
Maybe
ex
even
Empire,
like near the start of the
yeah,
episode.
they're discussing like, oh, we got to go in, we got to get this intel, whatever they got to do.
I see
And then
that.
he could have said, just be aware. I used to be part of these
No,
guys.
not like that.
Someone might recognize me, but they never say anything like that. It's pure
Well, I mean,
coincidence.
there's
it comes
no way-
across as
there's
officer.
no-
I swear there is something
I
about
don't
him
think
that
there's-
he used to work for the Imperials.
I don't
Yeah, but
think
that's
there's,
it.
I don't think there's any way he would have known
That's
that
why
that
he keeps his
officer
helmet
That's
was
off.
why
in
it's-
there.
Yeah, that's why it's pure coincidence.
He keeps his helmet off because he's ex-Empire, and they probably just think he's.
But
still
if he hadn't have came across his old officer, then he wouldn't have brought it up.
yeah,
Just a coincidence he happens to be there at that time, with no setup.
Stories are built upon coincidence.
If
Yeah.
it was set up, then it would be fine. So I'm trying to say, it just comes out of nowhere.
Oh,
It just
mate.
seems
Mate,
like
I'm
such
pretty sure
such
I'm
a
pretty
shift
sure
in
it is
character
pretty. I'm not,
dynamics
sa-
so
I'm not saying it's
quickly.
hinted that the fucking guy is there specifically, but I'm pretty sure in that same episode they do pretty much outright say that he was part of the Imperials and left because of something they did.
Well, that's the only reason.
But
they
they
brought him
never
on the
say.
journey, because
But
he
they
was
never.
ex-Emperor.
Yeah, but they never say
Yeah.
someone might recognize me.
Why would he necessarily bring that
Why
up?
would he know?
And if they do recognize him,
Yeah,
they
but
I think
don't
it'd be
know that
pretty
he's
safe.
left.
On their books, he's still in the Empire.
Yeah, and if they go, yeah,
Yeah.
if
So it
they
doesn't
go,
matter
if
if they
Someone
recognise him.
will
It's not an issue.
recognise him.
It's not about them recognizing him. It's about him recognizing someone
okay,
there.
okay, even if, okay, if we go with that, then if this traumatic event comes up,
Yep.
and the Bilbo's, I'll just call him Bilbo. He says, he's obviously traumatized by it. Why he doesn't bring it up before? That would be a pretty important thing to bring up if you're going on a mission
I
like
swear he
that.
does pretty
He
I
never
swear
brings it
brings
I
up.
up,
don't
doesn't
think
he?
he was expecting to sit down with the guy who initiated the
That's-
Cinders thing.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like,
It is a
I
coincidence.
I
I'll
do
agree with
understand
you.
your point.
Yeah, we do understand it. I
the
just
thing,
don't.
the thing I like, the bit I like in that episode is how Mando's he obviously he doesn't want to get in the Empire, the
Take his
Sto-
helmet off.
yeah, he doesn't want to take his helmet off. He doesn't want to get in the Stormtrooper outfit. And Bill Burr says something like, "So can you not take a Mando helmet off, or can you not take any helmet off? Can you not show your face? Because it
Yeah.
seems to change." And it's just an interesting question for Din Djarin because he doesn't answer him. It's an alright
that's a
scene.
good
I
part.
like- I like-
It's
yeah,
because
'cause
he doesn't know his own creed. Like, it's a bit of a backwards fucking creed, isn't it?
Because just
Yeah.
like the Jedi, the Creed is absolutely fucked and
Because
filled
they're
Yeah.
with
true
tribal
Mandalorians, aren't they?
contradictions.
Yeah, but the true Mandalorians don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're making it up.
Yeah.
as they go
Yeah,
along.
yeah, they
Mm.
don't
Well,
know.
yeah, no, because the true Mandalorians don't care about the Creed. It's not their problem.
What?
Bo-Katan is a true Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's all they go on about.
Whereas those guys are like Mandalorian, like I don't know the war Mandalorians.
They're a break
whatever.
off.
Yeah. Because there's a planet and then there's the moon and the planet.
The planet gets decimated.
Yeah.
Is it glassed or is it just like bombed?
Napalmed.
Ah,
Right, isn't it?
All right.
Yep.
And then Mandalore is the moon, isn't it?
No, that Mandalore's the main planet. The moon
That's
is
the
where
planet
Death
of
Watch.
it, yeah.
that
the-
moon.
the-
Deathwatch, that's it. Deathwatch is the
Death
the
Watch.
Terrorist
starters of the yeah.
Death Watch is from under 40k.
Death Watch is in the Clone Wars. Bo-Katan is part of Death Watch.
I'm gonna
Then
pop to the
she
toilet real quick.
joins the
Disgusting.
main Mandalorians after. Whole dark saber thing. Something else happens in Rebels, which I don't know.
Yeah, shit happens. Yeah. Basically, that's just fluff. We're not talking about that.
What I don't remember is who has the dark saber after Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Doesn't he go and fight Palpatine?
Yes. But
Hey,
I'm not.
Darth-
Don't.
My bad. He lives.
He doesn't die there.
I was gonna say I know that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He doesn't die in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh no, he doesn't die in the Clone Wars. Yeah,
Oh, I knew that. I knew that, Jay.
Do you know how he dies?
No,
I
but I
know.
know. I don't know about Jay, but I know it's not in Clone Wars.
I ain't even watched it.
Do you care
About what?
how Darth Maul dies?
It depends. What?
Rebels.
No.
Would you rather us spoil it or someone else spoil it?
I don't care.
Exactly. Spoil it.
Oh,
I'm not first.
okay. So
Chat, close your ears if you don't want to hear it.
Seema's next to me, like about to kill me, so I don't think I'm allowed to say it.
Just tell her to close her ears.
No, there's one person I have to
Close
leave. It.
Get to go in a different room.
Look it up.
Get it to go in a different room. Jay's just
You've
gonna
got
say it out
multiple
loud
rooms now, ain't you?
now. Jay's just
It's not
gonna
like
say
she
it out
has to
loud.
be in there.
Nah.
But yeah, my point was I don't know where the Darksaber ends up after that. There's some whole thing, Rebels, boom, and then suddenly Moff Gideon has it.
Yeah.
That was a big plot hole.
I don't think it's a plot hole. I think it is explained. I just haven't watched what happens.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, is there any other discussion points for Mandalorian? I will say its lows are really low. Like the frog episode. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wait.
I hate the frog episode. I think the main thing that I can merit for most of Mandalorian in general is it's very well produced. Like all the effects
yeah.
look good and all that.
Polished.
Oh,
It's very polished.
It's just
the action
production.
scenes and like the cinematography is really good,
Polished,
in my
it's
opinion.
I mean, the scenes, the
Yeah.
score.
Just the
Yeah.
story's not polished.
That's just a shame. Yeah.
It's just a shame that Grogu exists.
Actually, that's the topic. Have
Got an alpha pack
Star
on me,
Wars
okay.
ever made a bad score? I don't
Mate,
think they
I
have.
don't pay attention to the
no,
score,
I've-
if I'm being 100% honest.
Oh yeah, I can't name a bad one.
I can't name a bad one because I never paid attention that much. Because, being honest.
No, I don't think they have, to be fair.
Even the sequels,
From
like they slap.
From what I've
Oh, yeah.
watched, I don't think they have.
Yeah, even the sequels got good
The
music.
Book of Boba Fett is a bit up and down. Hum,
Boba Fett.
I didn't realise that they were saying that
It's just
till the
pretty.
last episode.
Yeah, me neither. They just go hum da dum Boba Fett, hum da. So yeah, it's, you
Spoiling.
can tell
It's not a spoiler.
you don't pay attention to the music, so clearly you're not gonna notice.
Find out.
Are you gonna watch it or what?
What?
Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's really good.
My favorite part is Danny Trejo.
He's Pitbull in it.
It's Pitbull in it.
Yeah, with the
Just a more word.
with the amount of
Have you
cameos.
seen, have you seen John Williams is coming back for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I
Yeah,
know they're going to do
that's a
some
good.
Duel of the
So
Fates.
that's a good segue. Have we seen the
No,
Kenobi
Whelan,
trailer?
have you seen the trailer for it?
The amount of goosebumps I got when the Duel of Fates first came on.
When
Oh,
Joe said,
I
"Have you
know
seen
that.
the trailer?" I was like, "No, I'll watch it now." And the first thing I sent to him was Duel of the Fates with a duel emoji.
Yeah. Bro, I watched so many. Oh my god.
And like
I
the
don't-
Darth Vader breathing at the end.
Yeah. Right. Speaking of, let's move on to the Kenobi trailer now. If
Yeah.
we're alright with that.
Yeah, have we all seen it?
I had a
See
good
what?
segue. That was
Yeah, it's
I
a good
didn't
segue.
watch it.
big props.
Watch what?
Go watch it.
Kenobi
It's like
trailer.
2 minutes.
Oh, there's a Kenobi. Oh, it's out, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it. You will get
I
nostalgia.
tell you, everyone who hasn't seen it, mute and watch it now, and then
Don't worry, I'll
it's
way
like
ahead of you, mate.
yeah, it's like 2 minutes, if that.
Honestly,
There's high highs and low lows in the trailer.
it looks it looks very expensive. Very expensive.
I'm very scared that there's not going to be much Kenobi in Kenobi.
Imagine.
I am terrified that they're going to do that.
you know what? I
Half-
can see it happening. I can see
Half
it
of the
happening.
trailer is not on Tatooine.
They're going to show Kenobi's death.
I really can see it
You're
happening.
gonna show Kenobi's death. See, there's actually no stakes because we know he doesn't die.
That's
yeah.
It's the same with the Inquisitors. Like, you know they're not going to die.
Yeah. It's fine though.
Or have you seen people are fuming about the Inquisitors?
Don't start. We had this
look.
conversation earlier briefly. Oh my god, it really pissed me off. As
Yeah,
the only one that's properly watched Rebels, it fucked me off.
Yeah,
I've seen on Twitter like there's loads of people that are fuming and wanting to get. You know how they changed Sonic between the trailer and the film? They want to do that to the Inquisitor as well.
The thing is, it's even worse because the original voice actor for the Grand Inquisitor is playing as him. So I thought he'd like be a bit upset if he's got a regular sized head as that guy.
It looks really silly.
It's like imagine Ki-Adi-Mundi with a normal head.
Oh god.
Exactly. That's how lazy it is.
So I've got to I'm gonna get the pictures up on stream.
Oh, are the Inquisitor?
Well, just to compare.
Well, they're in the Discord. I'm just saving them and putting them on, just on screen for a bit. Yeah, even I thought, I didn't even
Wait,
I didn't even
The
remotely
viewing
reckon.
has ended.
I haven't watched whatever. What was he in, Whelan? Was he in Rebels? The Inquisitor.
Rebels, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched that, but
Both of the Inquisitors that are in the trailer are in Rebels.
I just see the picture and I'm like, they're so different.
Yeah, it's
So they're the low lows, but
there's like they've got like a whole cyberpunk city.
yeah,
They've got.
It's
they've
not
got.
Coruscant, is it?
I don't think it is. No.
I don't think so. No.
They've got a full-on
No.
set.
What did you think of the trailer, Jake? Jewel of the Fates.
I mean, I like it.
Jewel of the Fates.
And all I have to do now is hope to fucking God that they don't just nostalgia bait the entire film.
So that's the first.
Show.
That's the first thing I got.
I think there's 6 episodes, and
wow.
they've guaranteed that Vader and Kenobi will have a duel in it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
probably should have kept that
I
quiet.
do
though.
not. If they ruin Vader, I will forever.
Hayden Christensen's playing as him, so I don't think they can.
I'm not too bothered with them doing a refight because the original is like emotionally and story part brilliant. Actual fight scene, it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
I know why. It's
It's the worst behind the Rise of Skywalker fight.
It is definitely got higher stakes. 100%.
It's got higher stakes, but the actual choreography is like.
Yeah, honestly, just watch that remake that Joe keeps going on about, which
Yeah.
is
I've seen
class.
it. I've seen it. Are you the one with the
We've all
deep
seen
fake?
it, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking good.
That's
Seen
good,
42.
But I
want
want to see. I want to see this one. I want to see what Disney will do about it.
I just don't want them to ruin Vader.
The best way for that would be they just hire the guy that did the deep fake
They
to do
won't
the
ruin
choreography. But I know
Vader.
they won't. They can't ruin Vader. They did. Come on.
Yeah, but
Come on.
I
Rogue
ain't
One
saying
was
they
so
won't
good.
on
everyone
their
else.
You
You
can't fuck
if
it
they
up,
do,
please.
then I
All of
everyone
Disney's
else.
Vader has been brilliant, besides the fact of Palpatine returning. Like actual Vader. I'm not talking about his legacy.
the guy
actual
himself.
Vader's been, like Fallen Order, Rogue One.
Oh, mate, Fallen Order is actually like a brilliant representation of Vader.
That is him at his absolute peak.
That is just him. But you would. I like how the objective is just run. You're not winning.
You know you're fucked when he doesn't even have a health bar.
Mate, he doesn't even care.
I think at the very launch, I think like the first version that he had a health bar and then they took it out.
I never saw a health bar.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if it was like pre-launch or what, but
no,
I think it might have been pre-launch.
They got rid of the health bar.
Yeah, I know that
Did they get rid of it?
I know that. Yeah.
I just didn't notice.
I think I don't know. I might be making that up in my head, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Yeah, either way, he doesn't have a health bar.
I'm gonna watch the Kenobi trailer again just so I have a fresh take on it. His design is exactly as you'd expect. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think visually it's a pretty good time for Kenobi to have a series because Ewan McGregor's like at a pretty ripe age for that sort of thing.
A ripe age.
I wonder how much Luke will be in it.
He's seen in the trailer, isn't he?
Yeah, no, Vader just doesn't have a health bar.
Good.
There's one here from like pretty much right when it released, and he doesn't have a health bar. You might just be remembering the fact that the fight before it does.
Yeah.
Oh, my body shivers. Okay.
There is a couple things that they could do really wrong with this. To be fair, though, like one of them, like you said, Whelan, is barely having any Kenobi in his own series.
Surely they can't fuck that up.
Right. One other thing. Okay, the Inquisitors are nowhere near the power of Vader. Obviously, like they go ahead against rookie Jedi like Kanan in Rebels, and they go toe to toe. So they're about like average, like 9 level. If they go against Kenobi and have an equal fight, I'm throwing hands because Kenobi is obviously brilliant. He's defeated like fucking 82 Sith Lords.
He is. Isn't he like one of the tops?
He's one of the. He's up there with like Mace Windu, Yoda.
Yeah.
Like so, if he goes against like the Grand Inquisitor and the Grand Inquisitor even gets a fucking word in, then I'm pissed.
Oh, it's actually
You know they will just for the fight scenes if they do it.
It's actually nuts how expensive this show looks. It's actually it's like a film. Sort of.
All I can think of that the Inquisitor could potentially have over Kenobi is just exploiting
numbers.
him.
Well, there's 3 Inquisitors in the show.
Okay, yeah, they'd have numbers, and I think they'd always have the upside, like they'd exploit his humanity. Which it does seem to look like they are going to play on that.
I wonder how much they'll use Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen in this.
I wonder how much they're going to go with the Inquisitors, because in the trailer it looks like someone's being
they're
hung.
quite heavily
focused.
focused.
I was going to say, it looks like someone's being hung, so I wonder how far they'll take that.
I mean,
according to
Order, you can see they're ruthless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. And
Kathleen,
Vader just fucking ice is one of them.
Pre-production of Kenobi, Kathleen Kennedy fired someone because they did something a bit too dark.
God's sake.
Yeah.
But luckily, she's got absolutely fuck all hands on it now, to my knowledge.
No.
She's got way too many hands on it.
She's still got hands on it.
She is Yep, she
I
is
thought she'd been
president.
booted off by now.
No.
Did you hear Vader's breath at the end of the trailer as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you earlier.
I think they.
Yeah.
I was like, nostalgia. I had
It's fine.
Duel of the Fates and then Vader's breath as well.
I'm glad I know, but I think they should have kept that quiet. I think that would have been a really good reveal if
Yeah.
it
It was
was set up.
guaranteed anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
but it's
I know,
so
but
hard
That
to
is-
keep stuff quiet and
That is
like.
the one thing I
Haven't you-
don't like about Rogue One. They show him before.
yeah,
in
I
the
think if
final
they hadn't,
scene.
I think if they hadn't have showed him like in
Oh, that's true.
full on
That's
Because
scenes
true.
he doesn't have any bearing on the story until that right at the end. If they didn't
Of-
show him,
He
if
on-
they'd just
he
shown
only-
you the
he
ship
only
and
really
that
push-
scene,
he
that would
only
have been good.
he only pushes the antagonist to attack sooner. Has no
Yeah,
bearing.
he doesn't. He didn't need to be there. You could have just
It
had
could have
someone
been.
like,
It could have been Tarkin.
yeah, or you didn't even have to have him say it. Or you could
True.
have said, "Oh, we've had a message from someone saying we've got to do this."
Because
He didn't-
Tarkin
he-
like steps on Krennic's bollocks.
Tarkin just steps on everyone's bollocks except Vader's. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
If you watch Tarkin outside of New Hope, he is a brilliant character. Like he is so ruthless and
Yeah.
threatening. Like he's worse than Vader.
Yeah.
He is worse than Vader, and
Yeah.
that's weird.
I suppose it's because Vader just has the amount of power to just not care.
Yeah, if you watch like Bad Batch or Clone Wars, even Clone Wars is not as bad because obviously he's in the Republic.
Because from what I've seen, Vader's not like ruthless in the sense that he goes out of his way to cause suffering. He just goes through like a fucking hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
He just has no remorse and no care.
Well, in
Someone-
a new
Tarkin's
Hope,
spiteful.
in A New Hope, like Vader is Tarkin's lapdog.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just watched the trailer again.
Mm.
I'm very excited, but
Mate,
also
I'm just
very
wa-
skeptical.
Very, very
I'm just
scared.
watching the Rogue One Darth Vader scene again. That is the only bit I don't like that they show him before. Just have the corridor scene come out of nowhere. No one would have complained.
That was the birth of hallway scenes, though. We've had like 3 or 4 since then.
Yeah.
I know. And the fucking Rogue One is just mwah. Like that original hallway scene's pretty good, very menacing. He's in the background, nothing you could do, just watching him cleave swathes through fucking people that you have up until this point seen at least relatively hold their own against stormtroopers. Maybe not necessarily winning, but they're not losing, just forcing a draw. And then just Vader just comes out and just deletes any resistance that was
Right.
there.
You know how Hayden Christensen's returning as Vader?
Yeah.
Mm.
How much are they going to use Hayden Christensen rather than Vader?
I have no idea.
You have got a point there.
Will
Please
we see any etches of Anakin? Will
We
see
might
any
see flashbacks
scenes?
because
Clone
This
Wars
is-
flashbacks?
This is
Don't know.
it's significantly earlier on in his like Vader career
Yeah.
almost. So
Vader
there's
career.
probably he's not been as old as or jaded yet. There's still probably some remnants left of him, or at least more so than by the end of the original trilogy.
I mean, they get tortured out of him by Palpatine. That's how he becomes fully obedient.
Wait, is he, oh yeah, was it? Isn't the suit as well like also
Yes,
torturing
it's
him
a
the whole
torture
time?
device. Yeah.
Yeah.
On top
Vader's-
of also being life support. It seems ironic that you're going to use the torture and actually no, that actually is a method. Never mind.
Yeah, it keeps him alive.
I think when Disney got this IP, they realised that Vader's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true. That out of all the things Disney have done, they have mastered Vader.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Other than
They haven't
Rise of
fucked him up.
Skywalker.
Is more. They
But-
haven't fucked him up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
They've got an entire series
I
to
still,
do that still.
I still think
swear to
there's
God.
plenty of time for them to
Right.
completely
The
ruin him.
same as Spider-Man was my make or break for Marvel. This is my make or break for Star Wars. I
But to be
reckon.
fair, with Spider-Man,
Mm.
it was a lot of Sony. So
Yeah, I don't think Spider-Man could be your make or break because that was Sony. You got
Yeah.
you got to judge it on at least
Doctor Strange too.
Doctor Strange.
we'll see how they do with Doctor
Uh,
Strange.
Does anyone care? Well, I guess we're not really talking about it now, but briefly, Morbius. Anyone care?
I will be
No, not
watching it.
really.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll-
not bothered. I might watch it if I can be
Yeah.
fucked.
I
but
will probably watch it.
I don't really know the character to begin with.
The only reason I want to watch it is see what fucking universe it's in. It's so confusing.
And
It's probably MCU at this point. Everything else is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in Tobey Maguire's,
I
but
think I thought it was Andrew Garfield's because of Oscorp.
there you go then. We've got
We
3
don't-
different fucking
don't know.
opinions
Isn't
there.
Oscorp
Yeah.
also? Oscorp's also been the.
No, that it's
Oh wait, is
Andrew
it?
Garfield's Oscorp.
Mm.
It's the
What
same
is
building.
it? Is it still fucking Mr. Oscorp had in it? I don't know.
Mr. Oscorp.
Is it Norman?
Norman's not in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
No.
Is he not? I thought he was in them like for a brief moment, wasn't he? Talking to Dr. Connor. Or did he just send a lackey?
Maybe.
He might have just sent a lackey actually.
It's been far too long.
I don't remember those films that well.
It's been far
Even
too long.
the first one,
Yeah.
which is considered the better one of the two.
They're both like not very good.
I mean, if you have to watch one, I'd suggest the first one.
Anyway, enough.
It's like the new trilogy. Like, I wouldn't suggest watching any of them, but if you have to, at least do the first one. Don't watch the shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Force Awakens is the least worst. Yeah.
It was it. I was watching him the most.
What was that?
Out of them three, it's the one that I'd watch again.
Yeah.
Like I'd choose to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose to watch it again.
Just because you like Han Solo dying.
One I've just put in chat. If they started this right from 30 seconds on in the video and they hadn't shown Vader earlier on in the film, right? Even better.
Oh yeah, miles better.
Even better. The fact that for the first 30 seconds of this clip, it's showing you Vader, it's showing you board the ship. You know what's coming, albeit it is drumming up a bit of anticipation. But imagine how much better it would have been if it just came out of absolutely nowhere. Because I would have also came.
They did it well, but they could have done it. They could have done it better.
Yes, it's not a bad scene.
It's great.
It's just I don't like the shit leading. No, I do like the shit leading up to it. I just don't like the fact that we see Vader. That's it. That's my only complaint with the scene. And if my complaint with your scene is that I don't like that there's other scenes that lead up to it, and even then it's just a minor complaint. Like, Vader doesn't even act out of character in the earlier scenes. I just don't think they need to be there. That's it. So you don't even fuck up Vader in those scenes, which is impressive.
I feel like even if you kept those scenes, but you just had it so Vader was like talking over like a telecom or something, I think even that would be better.
Don't show him.
Yeah.
Like that thing where he gets the thing to like push it. Just have like some robot or like someone say, like fucking Master Vader has told you to push onto this earlier or something like that.
Lord Vader.
Yeah.
Lord Vader. Like, all you have to do is just get someone else to deliver the message and just not be him. If it's not him and you don't show him, you just think, oh yeah, just Vader's just sent another message up the hierarchy as per usual. And then you see him at the end, and it's just erection.
The fact that we have to pick this out as a negative for Rogue One shows how much of a good movie
Rogue
it is.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I like Rogue One so much.
Yeah.
It's top 3 for me.
And I'm not too bothered by the character of Jyn Erso.
Marvel film.
Yeah, top 3 Marvel films. Rogue
top
One.
3 Marvel films.
I think Jyn Erso is also.
No way is my favourite Star Wars film, to be fair, as well.
I mean, my favourite top 3 are Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, and Return of the Jedi. Not in that order.
Which one's Revenge of the Sith? Is that episode 2?
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Wait, so it goes fucking Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, doesn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I finally remember them, boys. Let's go.
How do you guys feel that it's been confirmed that they're gonna redo the Hello There in the Kenobi series?
Are they?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. I don't care.
Well, yeah, because
he's already done it twice. The third time's a charm.
no, it's because what's it? They made a Twitter account for the Kenobi series, and the first tweet for it was "Hello there."
I don't hate it, but again, it also does make me a bit worried that they might just spend the entire series nostalgia baiting.
Well, I mean,
like, oh, look at this.
I mean, I already kind of got that from the trailer.
I feel like a lot of it is going to be just pure like nostalgia, bringing
key jangling.
I mean, this is the show to do that in.
It's already been.
You've got to earn it though.
Been established as half of a Rebels prequel.
Yeah.
Well, just because of the.
Do you hear that silence in the room? How many of us here have actually watched Rebels?
No, yous really sleep on Rebels. It is really good.
How many of us here have actually watched Rebels?
To be fair, out of all of us, I think I've watched the least amount of Star Wars. So.
You're all jumping to conclusions as I did. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. The first season is shit.
I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying
I haven't
how
even
many
said
of us here have
anything
actually
for
watched
it or against it. I've just never thought about watching it.
Yeah, me neither. Don't care. Give me Kenobi.
Kenobi.
His first name's
Don't
Ken
care
now.
plus ratio.
Yeah, that is my main concern, that they'll use not Kenobi in Kenobi. They'll do a book of Boba Fett and just
I was just about to say, now that
The
I'm
book
pretty sure
of
Jay's
everyone
not here now,
else.
we can
The
talk
book
about
of
Book of Boba
everyone
Fett.
else. He is here.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
No, he's
The
still in the
book of
call, yeah.
everyone but the guy in the title.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
I'm back.
Right, I did watch
Way
that
back
scene
a
that
bit.
Davison said though. Oh my god,
Right.
it's bad.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah,
Yeah. And the thing
the
is, I
one
can
where
point.
where him and Boba Fett are back to back.
I mean, I've got a couple bits on it that I can actually point out why they're bad, and it's
We'll,
like solved by two
wait,
symbols. We'll get to that later.
we'll get on. Yeah, we'll get to that later. I have a whole different bone to pick with Book of Boba Fett.
Joe has got like an entire
thing is, right,
fucking RPG to fire at
yeah,
that thing.
I don't think the thing is, right, I like the look of Mandalorian. I like the idea of him. I just think he was a bit weakly executed, and I'm just overly critical on the fight scenes. Book of Boba Fett is embarrassing in every sense of the word. It is.
Why don't we get onto it
terrible.
now then?
Like Joe can
Jay's
look at
still here and he
Mandalorian.
wants
Joe
to
can
watch
look at
it.
Mandalorian and think of there's a couple
No,
of
he's
things
not. He's
here
been
and there that you
quiet for
can
about an
sort of
hour.
do. He's here. Joe can look at fucking Mandalorian and go, at least there's a couple of things here and there that if you changed it, it'd be better. Joe
you
looks
can
at
salvage
Book
it.
of
Yeah,
Boba Fett and goes, where do I like the match?
yeah. Honestly, if someone said, "What do you change about Book of Boba Fett?" I'd say, burn it and start over. Seriously.
What would you change about Book of Boba Fett?
Seriously, I don't think there is anything good in it.
I'd keep some. I'd keep maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
Let me just mute this bit. Oh, you're not bothered about? Do you want to watch Book of Boba Fett, Bog? or do you like it and you're a weirdo?
You are a
What? Is someone on the chat
creature.
talking about Boba Fett?
Yeah, Bog's in the chat and he just said, "Let me just mute this bit."
Time to find out.
Why do I have to watch it now to have a look at the stream? I'm in it.
I need to watch it. You don't.
He hasn't watched it yet. Oh,
you don't need to watch it.
You're in for a treat, mate.
Yeah, you're in for a treat. Command of hydration. Do you want me to
drink
it on the camera?
then, yeah,
Where the bloody hell have you been?
He scared the shit out of Joe.
Bloody hell have you been?
I've been back for about 5 minutes. I just heard that rant of you just like, yeah, Book of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
It's embarrassing.
More like Boba Shet, am I right, lads?
So how long have you been gone then? Because I just want to catch you up.
Dipped in like the first.
Okay, we've had a whole argument about Mando. We've spoke about Kenobiii.
No, let's start with Mando. Go on. Let's hear Lewis's opinion on Mando.
Oh yeah. What do you think about Mando, Lewis?
I really like it. It's honestly
wrong.
It's not gonna win any awards. It's really nothing that incredible. I just like it because it's Star Wars and it's it's not perfect at all. But yeah.
Yeah, please go away again.
Or do I have to get on the floor? I'm getting on the floor. 1 second.
No, I'm joking. Oh, what's your favorite episode, Lewis?
Mando.
Yeah.
From the whole thing, both seasons.
You see, I'm actually, you know what? I'm genuinely not sure if I have like a specific episode that I actually like.
Oh, I did it, Bog.
A lot of people have said where they infiltrate the Imperial base.
That is a really good one, yeah.
Thing is, it's like there was a lot of floating opinions in that because loads of people here were like, "Oh yeah, it's a really good episode." It's like, "Oh, I really like it," and I was just like, "Yeah, there's about 2 minutes of good stuff in that." Yeah.
No,
I think my favorite is the AT. I think my favorite actually has to be the ATST though.
That is also that has a good moment in it, I guess. But no, I think my favorite is defo like the season 1 prison.
Maybe you should go to prison.
Just because of like the action scene.
If you like it so much, go there.
It's quite good. I mean, I will if
you know what would have been. You know what would have been a really good payoff. I think like even
got paid.
I think it was like just like this is why I'm kind of like the main reason I'm annoyed about the whole stormtroopers being stupid thing. It's like it's the episode where Grogu's like doing his whole magic thing on the rock and they have to defend him and there's like really bad fight choreography. It's when
the Boba Fett comes in.
Yeah, he comes in with his suit on and it goes all silent, it pans up and he's there. He's like that would be a fantastic payoff if the stormtroopers actually had anything on the plot. It's so annoying. It looks great.
Up to that point, the most they've done is slapped a child.
No, honestly, you know what pisses me off so much though? All of like the majority of Mando, the whole story could have been prevented if the guy just fucking stayed with the kid.
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't when he's on the Seeing Stone and he's like
why doesn't
absorbing
he
all...
stay with him? That annoys me as well.
No, he's on the Seeing Stone, yeah, and he's absorbing all this energy. Why does Mando run away? Why didn't he just guard the stone?
Oh no!
He's like, I know how I could guard him. The
worst thing is as well. I think the worst thing about that is that he can call his jetpack back to him, so he could just do that, put his jetpack on, and chase the droids.
Wait, what?
Yeah, do you not remember that? He's got a
he can call it back.
Why didn't he do that then?
Exactly. This is why I think it's terrible. He's got this stupid button on his bloody wrist that calls his jetpack to him.
I did not know he could do that.
Yeah.
He does it in the first episode of season 2.
It's so stupid.
Yes. No.
Because that guy gets
Grogu.
He gets Grogu. He gives him the jetpack and he runs off. He just fucking recalls it.
Yeah,
but that's season 2. This was season 1. Oh no, the Seeing Stone was season 2 as well.
No, we're on about season. He's chosen about season
2. Yeah.
Which is even worse because it's in the same fucking season.
No, that's jarring.
It's like this is why I just think the relationship between them's dumb, because sometimes Mando's just like there will be nothing that will stop me from finding you if you hurt that child, and then the next one is just like, oh no, he got away. I just think Din Djarin is just very incompetent for a bounty hunter. There's just so many times.
I also found it like kind of poor, like predictable writing that as soon as he leaves the Seeing Stone, he stops absorbing energy.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
that vexed me quite a bit. That episode did kind of vex me.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Davison, what is it with you and the word vexed as of recent?
I don't know.
Is Jay you
I've just picked this up.
My vocab, mate.
Jay, you here?
Bro, you've been doing maths, not English. Fucking calm it down.
I told you he's not here. He's not
Should
here.
I put him in bedtime and see if he comes back?
Yeah.
He might be asleep. Let's do that.
And then we'll give him 5 minutes, and if he doesn't come back, then we can talk about Boba Fett.
Yeah, because I really want to talk about it.
Mate, I'm a bull in a china shop. I'm ready.
Honestly.
We'll try and keep on Mando for as long as possible.
Yeah. It won't be too hard, will it?
Well, actually, we were talking about the Kenobi trailer as well, Lewis. Have you watched it?
Oh yeah. What?
I've only just watched it, and I'm scared that it might just be nostalgia bait, the TV show.
I think it's pure key jangling. I think that's all it is. At the moment,
I'm really
I
really
have
skeptical.
An issue with them kind of somewhat leveraging nostalgia a bit in the show because it's meant to be on an old character.
It's just in your face, though.
It looks like that could be all as it is.
Yeah, so the first 2 seconds, Duel of the Fates.
No, I did like that, to be fair, but after thinking about it, I'm like, is this just going to be pure nostalgia?
I've never grown so fast in a trailer, because I loved Duel of the Fates, and that's why they did it, because they know people love it. And I was like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah,
Are you still there, Lewis?
I got your feeling that you got just after the trailer. I was like, oh shit, that's why they've put it there.
Yeah. I don't think Lewis is there.
I just don't want it to be just pure nostalgia, fan service coming back and all that.
Yeah. They need to earn it. That's what they need to do. They need to earn
it. I mean, if they do a good new and improved Vader Kenobi fight scene, then that'll be alright.
I think that's pretty much confirmed at this point. That's going to happen.
It is pretty much confirmed, but as long as
it's good.
As long as it's good, yeah.
There needs to be.
They should just copy and paste that remake and just put it in.
Saves them a bit of money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what? Anyone here? Think the 2 lightsabers not even piercing Beskar armor isn't absolutely ridiculous.
Shut the.
that was like the turning point for me. I was like, no. It doesn't even dent it. It doesn't even scratch it.
Oh my god.
If I don't see Kenobi getting the high ground, I'm gonna blow up Disney. I think that
the issue is they're just gonna go, give it up, I've got the high ground. They're just gonna quote
I have the high ground.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be anything
they're gonna put off as a joke as well. They'll do so much looking into the camera. It's like, do you remember when I said that?
I'm trying to think of something else that did shit like that. What was it? The fuck was it?
What?
There's something that I can't remember what it was, but there was a fucking sequel, like a film like that, and like the entire time they're like, oh yeah, we did that.
Do you remember that? Yeah. Do you remember this?
What was
Remember
it?
that?
I'm trying to remember what it was.
It sounds like a Deadpool-esque thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just in-
Deadpool did
just in
kind of
Deadpool,
do
it
it because they did
works.
reuse a lot of stuff, but they also
Yeah.
didn't point it out the whole film.
It works in Deadpool as well.
No, I'm just
'cause-
saying it sounds
yeah.
like a Deadpool-esque thing in a way.
No, they did it thinking it was fucking good. Or was it a
Isn't-
game?
Isn't one of Deadpool's powers like he can break the fourth wall?
That is like his entire
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He
So
just
that makes
doesn't care.
sense. Yeah, he doesn't care. I'm gonna probably say that it's fair dues to talk about Book of Boba Fett now. It's been
Yeah, no, Jay's not coming back.
so
We're ready.
Go ahead.
So
I mean, Whelan's
Right,
missing out on this
so-
bit as well,
Yeah,
but
We
you know,
start
he'll
out
be
on
back.
that final fucking thing, that final scene, and how shit it is.
that
which
I've
one?
Because
spoke to. No,
the
it's
the
okay.
entire final fight section. 'cause
You
I
know the
decided to
final
look it
fight
up.
section?
Well, the whole episode or like which bit?
No, there's a specific bit I'm talking about, right?
Mm.
I
You
can put
know
it in chat if
when
you want me to.
they're all crowded behind that one car,
Yes.
and then Boba Fett, and then what's his name? Chrysanthemum comes back round,
Mm.
and he's like getting injured and all that, and then Boba Fett and Mando run out to like cover him, and they go back to back and start shooting everything, and
Yeah.
nothing touches them.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about how fucking Boba Fett has got what is meant to be a rifle, right? It's meant to be used with two hands. It's got a scope. It's got a stock, and he just fires it one-handed.
Yep.
So what's the point of the stock if you're firing it just as accurately
I
at
think-
the exact same range one-handed?
I think it's weird, isn't it? Because I could kind of maybe predict that Disney really wanted Mando and Boba Fett to do like the back-to-back scene, like in Iron Man 2, where they're back to back, they're shooting things and everything's going
It just did not pay off.
They tried to do that in Book of Boba Fett, but it was just really cringe because these characters don't know each other. Both of them are 2D at this point. I mean, it's like Din Djarin's made up. And Boba Fett was kind of a blank slate to an extent, so you could have built something there.
He was quite
Both of
literally
them
just
were
another
terrible
clone.
characters. Yeah, both of them were terrible characters. They both got Beskar on, so when you just sort of hit when you're like hitting someone with a pillow, it's just an annoyance. So when there's like 40 people doing that, and they're trying to act like they're cowering on the floor and like nearly like getting ready to die, and then all of a sudden, buddy, the people from Freetown come out of nowhere and save them, and it's like you weren't actually in danger.
It was so
were
predictable.
you? Yeah.
Honestly, I think that entire last episode was the most predictable thing that I could watch.
It was embarrassing, just everything.
Or how about the times where they like randomly flinch when they get shot in like their armor? When usually they just get shot and just do not care.
Yeah, that's I
Like
hate
what
Beskar.
dictates that a shot? Like if it was like if it looked like it was meant to be like a higher caliber weapon or it was meant to hit harder, fair enough. But it's always the same gun. It's just I flinch now. And if you want to say, well, the bruises have finally got to them, but why is the adrenaline like worn off in the middle of the fucking firefight?
It doesn't make sense.
It's not how that works.
The there's because we're on Book of Boba Fett now. I want to bring up the inconsistencies with the way of the Mandalorian. Because it seems like like I don't think anyone knows how it works. Because like obviously, Din Djarin, he changes his motivation depending on if Grogu's there or not. But the whole Darksaber thing, I found out in Rebels, the whole rule of like if you beat someone holding it, you get it, and that's the only way to get it. That's not even a thing. That's purely made up for the Mandalorian. And I don't understand the whole thing about like it was heavy because Mando didn't believe in it or something.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
supposedly because he didn't like. He couldn't fight
Is
with
this
it.
the fucking
and then...
Polar Express
so
where we can't hear bells because we
all
don't
of a sudden,
believe?
all of a sudden, it turned into like, all of a sudden,
big magic.
The Darksaber turns to like 50 kilos when he whips it out.
No.
And it was just like a terrible weapon at that point. Just throw it away.
No, what's worse is though that there was no arc for that story either.
Yeah.
When it was like, it's too heavy because you're like,
and then in the last episode,
you're not in touch with it or whatever. There's no arc for that whatsoever.
Okay.
They just kind of forget about it.
Yeah,
and
they kind of none of those are like a thing in Rebels. You don't have to earn it that way. It's just another lightsaber that's emo, and it's just as light as a lightsaber. That's all it is. That's all I know about Rebels.
Honestly.
But the whole thing of like if you have to beat them in a fight, and it's like, okay, What if they were going to be that silly? Mando could have just been like, okay, Bo-Katan, just punch me and I'll give up, and then you can have it. Because at the end of Mando, he didn't care about it. He was like, yeah, you can have it. I'll yield. Take it. And Moff Gideon's is like, oh, that's not how that works. Oh, no.
Honestly.
that's not how it works. Okay, I surrender. Wait,
yeah.
so what's the rule on it? You have to lose the fight.
Yeah, you have to beat them in a fight.
You have to be in battle with someone that holds it, and if you defeat them, then you can claim the sword.
Mate, it's even funnier
then
that
you rule
Harry
Mandalore.
Potter has had this trope and has done it better.
Yeah, I
Fucking
think it's just,
Harry Potter has done your cliche better.
I just think it's a stupid
Yeah, but
trope.
Harry Potter's a good set of films, mate. So.
I think it's a stupid trope because no one's there to verify anything. That's purely just it's literally
hearsay.
You're just pretending. Yeah, it's just hearsay. It's like, oh, let's say if someone, I don't know, steals a Lamborghini, but no one knows about it. The thief isn't going to care because no one knows. So just because it's not his and it's not rightfully his, he's not just going to give it up, is he? Because he nicked it and no one knows. That's a bad analogy, but you get what I mean. There's no one there. There's no one about to say like, "Oh, you don't own that." It's like, "Well, I've got it."
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and then in the last episode, when Din Djarin pulls it out, it's all of a sudden not 50 kilos.
No,
so,
that's what I mean. That's why there's no arc for it.
Yeah,
it just immediately goes from that to that.
Yeah. So I think that the actual image of him holding the Darksaber is cool. I think just everything about the look of Mando is really cool. They just don't earn any of it.
Disney have got like the visuals and
they've got it spot on, yeah.
All that stuff spot on, but everything else not.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I know one thing they have not got spot on either. This is my I hate this part the most in the entire Boba Fett. I will send it to admins right now.
Alright. Yeah. It's a good meme though.
It's not a good meme. I fucking hate it.
Like a bantha.
Like a bantha. You know what though? This kind of section where he's with the Tuscans is my only part that I actually don't mind of the series.
I think the gun train is silly, but other than that, I think it's fine.
From this meme onwards, it's bad. Anything before that, I think it's all right.
Yeah, basically, Jake, if you don't get the context, I think is episode 3 the gun train or 2 or something like that.
I think it's 3.
Right, gun train, is it?
Yeah. So there's like like in Star Wars, like hovering trains, they're not on actual tracks. There's
what, like the one from Solo?
Yeah, there's like a train that goes the same route every day. And there's no explanation behind it. It just goes past the same route, just shoots people. And the arc of the episode is to take down the train. It's such a stupid thing because it just goes past, does its rounds, and just shoots anything it sees.
Is it like in some sort of war economy or something?
No, it's just in the middle of
Tatooine. It almost sounds like they're trying to reference like something that actually happened in World War I think it was, where in Saudi Arabia, I believe it was, they actually, I think it was the Germans actually set up train lines to run trains through armored trains that were covered in guns and shit.
Yeah.
And they would use it. They'd rock up to like a nearby town, and they would just blast it up.
I just find it funny.
It almost feels like it's meant to reference that, but it's got absolutely no reason.
There's no rhyme or reason behind it. It's just a train that goes past and shoots people. It's so funny.
It just appears out of nowhere and goes, "Yep, here you go." I mean, it's because it's running spice in it, I think.
Yeah, and we never understand why that's bad until the last episode, and they just sort of say, "Oh, spice is bad, kills people."
But yeah, honestly, that whole Tuscan part I think is all right up until the bantha bit where he's doing that, where he's training them to take out the train.
Yeah, it's just, I think one of the scenes I hate as well. It's when there's a lot of flashbacks, right? So it's it's when he gets pulled out of the flashback while he's in his bacta tank, and Chris Hansen's there. Somehow he manages to sneak into Jabba's palace. This massive Wookiee. He has no weapons. He's a Wookiee, so he's massive and heavy and bulking. And he sneaks past He sneaks past the perfect Gamorrean pig guards, if you remember them. He sneaks past all of his bloody teenage cyberpunk mod group, he sneaks past Fennec, the perfect sniper, without a weapon, and manages to get right to Boba Fett's throat while he's vulnerable, and just grabs him by the throat and does the trope of throwing them round the room so that Boba Fett can go into his weapons, and then he doesn't use them.
I've always been confused about that trope where someone grabs someone and then throws them. If you want to do it with the whole, oh, it's meant to make it look cool. It's like, okay, but just don't get them. Don't let them get grabbed.
It's terrible.
Have them grab someone else and then kill them, and then don't let that person get grabbed. It's
terrible. Yeah, I don't like it. But it's like, so all of his guards come in at once. None of them have guns. One of them has a gun, but he's shooting his armor, which is just one shoulder plate. And then he closes the distance as he does it, so the Wookiee can just throw him away. It's also a Wookiee. He's trying to wrestle a Wookiee. It's like a bear.
Yeah, no, we've seen what happens.
Yeah, and so
the Lego games have made that very clear.
Yeah, it's a very terrible, scrappy fight. And then Fennec, it's like, all I'm thinking at this point is like, please, someone just have a gun and shoot it. And then
just fucking shoot me.
You know what happens? Fennec has a sniper. And I was like, oh yes, thank God. And then she pulls a knife out of the stock. And I was like, no, what are you doing?
What?
And she just throws a knife at him and it just hurts him a bit. And then
he magically stands on the spot, which makes him go into the cage.
Yeah, and he just happens to end up on the spot, which is like beneath the Rancor cage. There's not a Rancor in there yet. But they drop, so they're like, we got you now. They close the cage, they drop him in and then they capture him. And then we find out later that he was sent by the Hutts, like one of Jabba's relatives, and then they're
Jabba
like,
had relatives.
Apparently,
he had cousins.
I always just imagined that he just kind of spawned. So I suppose like that's a bit more me being an idiot. But like, where the fuck did he come from? Who shagged to make it?
I don't know, but they're like these terrible CGI Hutts, and they appear they seem to have walked all through the desert up to Jabba's palace, and they're like, sorry, we sent an assassin to kill you. Here's a Rancor.
What?
Yeah,
they walked all through after the assassin to apologise in case the assassin fucking failed.
Yeah, they're like they're like, sorry, we tried to kill you. Here's a Rancor. And then there's
Did no one think at how stupid that was? Like when they fucking wrote that.
And Danny Trejo's there. He's the Rancor.
Danny
trainer.
Trejo's in it.
Yeah,
Bro,
Danny Trejo's
Trejo's
the bloody Rancor trainer. He's like the guy who like just keeps it like calm. And then Boba Fett's like, I want to ride it, and he's like, nah.
Yeah.
And that's
he's literally in it for about 2 minutes. Then.
Yeah, I think it's because him and Robert Rodriguez are good friends. So we're just like, hey, do you want to be in Star Wars for a bit?
But, goes, yeah, go on.
But then,
I mean, to be fair, like, who's gonna say no to that?
But then Boba Fett is like, do you want your assassin back? And they're like, nah. So they just let him off into the desert, and he just runs off.
Yeah. And then comes back later and helps him out.
Yeah. Then he comes back later, and Boba's like, do you want a job? And he ends up working for him.
And it goes to assassinate him, fucking kills some random guy in that wherever it is.
On the palace.
Huh?
Wait, what, in the palace?
Oh no, it's like that social area, like the social area bit.
The place that gets blown up, but no one cares.
He rips that random guy's arm off, and then he's like,
"No,
I'll work for you."
What was that scene about?
I don't understand why that scene's there. To be fair, but
there's like another scene where we see you're loving this, Jake. I can tell.
I ain't got a fucking clue what's going on, bro. You're just saying shit.
Trust me, I've watched through it like twice now, and I don't have a clue what's going on. So the next time we see Chris Hansen, he's like in this random social club in I think it's Mos Espa. It's like a town in Tatooine.
Yeah, it's Mos Espa.
Yeah.
That meant to be like Mos Eisley, but
it's
a neighbouring town.
Yeah. It's B-Tech.
The B-Tech Mos Eisley
cantina. It's like this random social club. The next time we see Chris Hansen, which is that Wookiee, he's like having a drink, and he just there's no explanation why. He just walks up to this guy and rips his arm off, and then Boba Fett sees it and is like, "Do you want a job?"
You see my
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This is the extent that we go into here.
It is very poor.
Everyone who ends up working for Boba is like someone who they either had like beef with him or they tried to kill him at some point.
Except for Mando.
Maybe he's just a masochist.
I don't know. There's one scene where there's like terrible world building as well, because they're like, they say like a week's worth of water costs a month's wage. And my first thought was like, well, you should be dead then. You're in a desert. and then they're on that conversation, and Boba's just like, I grew up surrounded by water. And no one acknowledged. They just move on. It's like, what was the point?
I grew up surrounded by water. Is that where that line comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what was the point of that line? Why did you say that?
Yeah, what is the relevance?
There was zero point of
It's
just
like,
saying that.
cheers for flexing on all the people that couldn't grow up with water, you dick.
It's
Mate,
like,
this guy's charging us too much money for water. I grew up around water.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's so terrible. So now the meme is whenever something happens, it's like, I think later on, someone talks to Mando about a Jedi, and he's like, I know of Jedi. It's like, I grew up surrounded by Jedi.
I grew up surrounded by Jedi.
So that's the meme, yeah. I grew up surrounded by banthas. Oh god.
I grew up
Like a
surrounded by
bad
salty siege players.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
Shocking.
God, that is bad.
You want to watch
Honestly,
it?
it's really bad.
You want to watch
water
it?
here's expensive. Yeah, well, I had it as a kid, so fuck
Yeah,
off.
that's what that is. I had it as a kid.
Bro, that's like saying, oh mate, I don't get paid a lot for when I'm working. So I was like, oh yeah, well my parents will give me $1,000.
So I've got money.
I've got that.
I grew up surrounded by money.
Donald Trump be like.
Are you back, Lewis?
Just about. Yeah.
We're talking about Book of Boba Fett now.
I've kind of been dipping around. I've still
fair.
heard
That's
everything.
fair.
It's just my
Okay.
brother wanted a hand with something.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he want you to kill
Also,
the
I
boss for
I
him?
just want to quick time add something that you had, like literally said like 20 minutes ago.
Mm.
That whole thing with like the Darksaber, they didn't just make up a Mandalorian. Rebels just broke it because it was
really?
like it was like that in Clone Wars, and it stayed pretty fucking true to it
Oh,
actually.
okay.
So it's
I-
Rebels' fault there. Don't worry.
Yeah,
okay.
let's blame Rebels.
Yeah,
Let's
fuck
go.
Rebels.
Yeah, Rebel. Yeah, okay. That's
Fuck
that.
Rebels.
Okay, that's fair
Mando
enough.
is allowed that one because it
I
was
still,
Rebels' fault.
okay. That's okay. If it's consistent, fine. But I still think it's a stupid rule.
That's fine. It's
But,
just like a religion thing.
It's a
fair,
stupid.
yeah.
It is a stupid rule, definitely, mate.
I
Oh
think
my
I think if there was some sort of like official way of like crowning someone like the leader of like Mandalore, then that would be a bit better. But
If
it's
it wasn't
purely
like
just...
the blade is magic. If it was
It's
like
pure-
an
yeah.
actual like a religious
It's
thing
meant
to it, that
it
would
is
be
literally
alright.
meant to be like a religious thing. Like
Yeah.
it's been going for literally like millennia, like however long as the fucking Mandalorians have been a thing.
It's just when
And
Moff
it's meant to have
Gideon...
gone on for that long. Yeah, so it's literally purely like a religious thing.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's when Moff Gideon's just like, haha, you've got to fight. It's like,
Yeah,
no, I can just give up.
And he just simply just
I
no.
yield. Yeah.
I think
It's
the
like,
whole
oh, it's
thing
not
as
is
simple
as
literally
that.
They have to fight to the death for it if they
No,
want it.
what I don't understand is though, yeah.
So it's not actually like
But
the
Moff
sword is magic
Gideon-
thing. It's
but
more
Moff
of like
Gideon,
it's a religious thing to do it to like not be considered a bitch.
But then he didn't kill Moff Gideon.
Don't ask me. I don't fucking know.
It's silly, isn't it?
No, what I
I'm
don't
a
understand is
consuming product. That is just the rules.
why is
When they choose to follow them, I don't care.
I'm glad you myth busted
no,
that.
yeah, what I don't understand, why is there a big deal about whoever owns the Darksaber can rule Mandalore
see-
or whatever, when I swear
yeah.
Mandalore doesn't even exist anymore.
You know, yeah, in Book of Boba Fett, there's 3 of them left, including Din Djarin. So it's like, right, so there's 3 of
You're
us.
ruling
one
dead
of...
people.
No, but I
Yeah.
swear the planet got like glassed.
Yeah, that's what I
It
mean.
got, yeah, it got cracked.
The only like
Yeah.
Set
essence
it on
left.
fire, fam.
The only essence left of Mandalore is those 3 Mandalorians in that Book of Boba Fett episode.
So you're gonna rule a whole.
You're the
three
leader.
You're gonna rule a
yeah,
whole 3
yeah.
people.
That's how stupid it is. And then the big guy's like, I want to fight for it. It's like, right, so you're gonna beat me and maybe kill me. So then you'll just be the leader of
You'll
one
be ruling
person.
2.
Yeah.
You'll be taking out people from
Yeah,
that you're
that's
ruling.
how stupid it is. I think it's just
Is
an
he
excuse
even
to have
is
a
he
fight
even like
scene.
actually part of the Mandalorians?
Yeah, he
is
is.
he even,
He is a Mandalorian. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I
because
just-
imagine if he wasn't, like he was just some random cunt that wanted it for shits and giggles, and he like killed one of the
Well,
people
that's what
that he
Moff
could be
Gideon
ruling.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Moff
That's
Gideon
literally
wants
what
it for like the
Moff Gideon is.
quote unquote power that it brings, regardless of
Yeah.
the fact that it has none.
Yeah, but he's not
Bro,
a
it's
Mandalorian.
just
he's
it's just an edgier lightsaber. We've gone
I've-
over that.
You know, considering that you've myth-busted that, Lewis, was there anything about if I was like, if you don't believe in it, it'll weigh 50 kilos?
No, I have no idea where that came from.
Yeah.
At least not from memory, anyway. I don't fucking remember that shit.
You know, if that was
no,
me...
no, it's not because you know I can't say anymore because Clone Wars. But
Okay.
it's just no, I don't know where they got
Is that not
from.
a thing? Okay, that's
No.
fine. That's fine.
I have no idea where that came from.
If I was Din Djarin, right, and I like pulled out the dark saber.
Darksaber,
Yeah,
it
if
has
I-
all these things that keep happening.
Yeah, if I was Din Djarin, I pulled out the dark saber and it all of a
Tyler
sudden
would be the one to ask about this for like Rebels and shit, because
I don't know.
he's the only one who's watched it, right?
Yeah, I just don't think it's silly anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it was
Whether
me
it is
and I
silly.
pulled out the dark saber and it weighed 50 kilos as soon as it comes out, I'd just drop it and be like, "No, this is stupid. I could just use my other weapons." It's literally a hindrance. But I've had the only time, well, other than the end
I'm
of season
genuinely
1.
trying to rethink through like all of fucking Clone Wars and if there is anything about that, because I seriously don't. I don't think there is.
No, because it would be, and I'm going to say it's very seriously dumb as all hell.
It's very
Yeah, that
convenient
whole
to
that whole
plot
thing.
in
Yeah,
Be fucking
thing, so.
stupid.
But yeah, that
Yeah,
whole
dude.
thing of the big Mando trying to fight Din Djarin for the dark saber,
I'm a
and
little
both of them are weighed down by it. It's like, guys, it's clearly
You're
useless.
fighting over a dead people.
It's clearly useless.
Long dead at that as well.
It's such a pointless and silly fight. It's like, right, there's 3 of you. You're the only people left of your kind. It's like, right, I'm gonna fight you so that I can be the leader of 3, maybe 2.
No,
It's
2,
like,
because you have to kill him.
You don't have to though, because you didn't kill Moff Gideon.
Yeah, but
He just conceded basically.
you're clearly thinking hard about that, Joe.
Yes, well, you can't have that. You know,
You clearly took like the 5 seconds that it takes to actually realise that that's absolutely stupid.
Yous are all gonna sigh and cringe. I promise I'm not gonna hark on about it. Everything that a lot of bad things I point out in Book of Boba Fett are used in Arcane and executed well. And that's why I just find it so.
Have we reached our quota of at least one Arcane reference today? I think we have, boys. Put it on the tally. Who's got your bingo cards?
You will thank me if you watch it. I promise.
Well, yeah, but I've already seen metric amounts of stuff on Jinx, so I think I'm good.
Anyway,
that was an adult joke for big brain boys.
But yeah, and then they have like I don't know if you were listening, Lewis, but we said the whole thing, like Matt said, there's no arc to the Darksaber because Din Djarin just pulls it out in the last episode.
What's fucking annoying is that you need to watch like pretty much every other show just to even understand like half of what they're on about. Yeah. It doesn't even make sense if
sense even if you do, yeah. But again, it's like even if you get the context,
like
I still think it's a stupid
is another
idea.
really like big thing.
Oh yeah, the
in
spice.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But again, like if you ain't fucking watched, you ain't have a fucking
spice.
They don't. Like,
I ran spice back in the day.
Spice is like the pretty big kicker for the plot of Book of Boba Fett, and they don't say anything about it until the very last episode.
Exactly.
Fuck, even is spice. All I know is that spice was
it makes your food taste nice.
Is that it?
Exactly,
no, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I was gonna say like if that was actually what it was, like it isn't just legitimately spice. There's nothing special about it.
I don't know what it is in Star Wars, but according to Book of Boba Fett, it's just causing people to die. That's all they say, and that's why it's bad. That's why they need to stop it. That's all.
Oh, they have to stop it.
But it is like it does look like
Wars.
actual spice though. It does look like food spice, which is even more confusing.
What is turmeric and paprika?
Yeah, but...
Oregano.
Nah, it's orange.
The entire story is just about oregano.
Nah, it's orange. Can't be pulling this green shit out.
I still think one of my favourite scenes is still the whole Chris Hansen assassination attempt.
Bro, every time you say that fucking Wookiee's name, all I can think of is Chris Hansen. Like to
I
catch a predator.
thought it was at first.
You said.
Yeah, it's that Wookiee.
Chris Hansen.
It's that Wookiee. I don't know his actual name, but
it is Chris Hansen. That's his name.
Yeah. He's like, sorry, we tried to kill you. Here's a rancor. Oh, cheers. Do you want your assassin back? No.
No.
Seriously, they're saying no.
I mean, to be fair, like. I'm surprised they didn't say and just kill him because he failed his task.
They just let him. They just undo his shackles. He just runs off into the desert.
It's like peace.
Aren't the Hutts meant to be like significantly like fucking ruthless?
I know.
Why wouldn't you kill him for failure?
I know what you were going to say.
And then why would you give them a rancor as well?
Yeah, just like here's a rancor for compensation.
Oh my.
You're right.
Fucking no, I'm not. I've been trying to farm this great
axe now for like
just
out of nowhere
few hours.
Like, oh, sorry about that. Oh, we'll give you some oil. While we're at it, do you want us to be like complete bitch?
Or some water. Some water.
No, what's it oil?
I know, but a good offering would be like a good compensation would be water because according to this show, it's a month's pay for a week's water.
No
one should be alive.
Fair, he was charging them a month's pay. I don't know if he was charging everyone else a month's pay.
Oh. I don't know. They're never explicit.
sure.
Or what's a month's pay? Did they say a
But
month's
anyway.
pay because they didn't want
No.
to make up a value?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but can we get on to episode 5 and 6, please?
Not the least worst ones.
What, 5 and 6?
The ones which
Yeah.
barely
Well,
contain
6
Boba
was
Fett.
literally the worst one.
So yeah, so episode 5 has no Boba Fett at all. Not even
No.
once. Not even
I
a
thought
second.
we were talking about like just normal Star Wars, not
oh,
Boba Fett. I was
no,
like,
no.
episode 5 and 6. What's bad about them?
No,
Episode
Book of
5
Boba Fett.
does have Boba Fett in it. It's episode 6 that doesn't.
Yeah, he's in it at the very beginning. He's just like,
and he
episode
doesn't say
5,
anything.
He's in it at the very, very end.
Yeah, and he doesn't say a word.
And then episode 6, he's not in it at all.
Yeah, it's
Because what?
Part of me was quite like I reckon at first they accidentally released Mando season 3 episode 1.
No, that's what I mean. Episode 5, yeah. The episode starts with Mando. There's no introduction to him into the story. It literally starts
appears.
with him.
It's just
You know what?
No, Jake, it literally is.
You know, I think the worst thing about it is that I think that's probably my favorite Mando episode. I think that's
episode 5.
Yeah, that's the most genuinely interesting part for me of him, because you actually see him do bounty hunting again.
Yeah, it's alright.
And the fight scene's pretty crap, but
God,
it's like that episode itself just had more production value, I think.
And you see him try to use the Darksaber and injure himself.
Yeah, I think I don't know if that was silly or like fine, but I think it was silly a Mando, but I think it's fine just because we actually get to see him hurt. But then again, the leg injury doesn't really persist. It sort of comes and goes. Even though it takes a massive chunk out of his leg. Yeah, basically, Jake. He pulls out the Darksaber, and because he doesn't know how to use it, because he's not a bloody Jedi, he accidentally like takes a chunk out of his leg, just because he forgets it's a
dipshit.
Yeah, and that injures him for the fight, but the pain in it sort of comes and goes. Like sometimes he'll be limping, sometimes he won't. What do we think about the replacement for the Razor Crest?
What's a Razor Crest?
That's Mando's ship.
I'm gonna be honest, I cared so little by that point. I just didn't care what happened. I kind of just wanted to get to the end of it.
Mando's ship, they get rid of it.
In season 2, it just gets blown up. You know, in the episode where Grogu is on the rock and they nick him.
Oh, they blow his ship as well.
Yeah, for like a finishing touch.
About that.
Yeah, for like a finishing touch, a random rocket comes out of literally nowhere and blows up the ship.
Fuck you and your ship.
Yeah.
Which is why for the remaining of the series, he hangs with Boba Fett.
Yeah. Yeah,
but Boba Fett got that.
They
good
basically
ship.
So he goes to Mando goes to that woman with the big hair. I forgot her name. She's a stupid mechanic with all the droids. She's really annoying. Yeah, and then she's like, I got a Razor Crest replacement for you, and he's like, okay, cool. She unveils a Naboo starfighter, and it's like,
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like, do you remember that? But then she's like, this is your new Razor Crest. He's like, that's great, but this isn't the Razor Crest. Yeah, it's like, this isn't the Razor Crest, because you got to think, Jake, he's gonna live in this, and it's a starfighter.
They literally nixed all his shit.
Yeah, but that's where he lives. The Razor Crest was like his house, wasn't it?
That's what I mean. It's a cool
starfighter.
Ship,
yeah, it's cool, but it's like this isn't.
It's a really cool ship, but for a bounty hunter, it's just no.
Yeah. So it's like all of his equipment, all that's just on his lap. Where's he going to go to the toilet? Where's he going to sleep? All in the same spot. It's like
it's purely there just to be a cool ship.
Can you imagine? Right, you have a Range Rover, it gets nicked, so you go to get another one, and at the dealership, they're like, "Yeah, here's a Ferrari." It's like, no, that's great, but
ain't it?
That's great, but like, how am I going to get my fucking weekly shopping?
Yeah, that's great, but it doesn't suit my needs.
Yeah, man, come on.
How am I meant to get my fucking 4-year-old?
I've got to fit 4 people in this.
Yeah.
I'm going to fit my 4-year-old in there. How's that going to work?
It was a false alarm.
Oh, nice.
Honestly.
Good.
What was it? A fire alarm?
No.
It's just something.
Well, we're on to Boba Fett now, Whelan. So.
Oh,
See, am I having contractions?
We're just talking about episode 5.
Do you think I remember the episodes?
The Mando one.
It's the one where Mando's first introduced.
Oh, okay.
And only Mando.
Where it literally starts with Mando. No introduction.
Episode, yeah.
Bang.
And then they play the bloody Boba Fett intro and outro as well.
With a little woo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they love playing that sound effect, don't they?
It is a good sound effect.
It is a good sound effect. It
It is a
rattles
good
my
sound
bones.
effect,
See,
yeah.
that
No, I'll give
this is exactly
is
what they want. That's exactly what they
Joe,
what.
enjoy
No, this is why we're
something.
clutching at
Just
straws that
enjoy
we have to say
something,
sound effects are
alright?
good.
Enjoy sounds.
It was good
It's
sound.
I
I
just
do.
No.
See, for
I
You
don't.
gotta
I'm
you gotta
currently
earn
hearing
it.
them, and I
You
wish they
gotta
stopped.
earn it.
I refuse to
Every
enjoy
time he
So
comes on
if I play
screen.
that sound for you right now, you're gonna be like, no, fuck off.
No,
Please play
I'm
it.
just not gonna feel anything.
No, you're gonna get goosebumps.
I'll
I
get an
promise
erection.
you, I'm not.
Because it's a good sound.
Play
Remember
it.
when I cried just listening to the intro?
What?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I was so tired. You don't understand.
Pen.
Oh. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett. Oh. The one good thing that came out of that was Cat Bane. Oh my god, it was so fucking. I
It's
love
alright.
it. I don't care if it's fan service. They just kept exactly to
Very
how he
happy
is.
with that.
I find it funny how we came about.
Yeah, I know you got your two piece about that one, and
I
fair
think
enough.
that's really funny.
Out of nowhere.
Basically, Jake, we've been like recapping this for Jake in a sort of like a pretty good manner. So basically, without context, Jake, Cad Bane turns up, in, I think it's called like Freetown. You remember?
Do you
Yeah.
know who Cad Bane is, Jake?
No.
He is.
That's a good
okay,
start. Okay.
He's in the Clone Wars.
He's the best.
He's a
right? Well, he
bounty
is.
hunter. He's the best bounty hunter, like bar none. He's better than Boba Fett. He's a Jedi killer. That's pretty much all. He's a big blue boy.
Yeah, he's
He's very good.
He's got like
He's a big fan
Fucking
favorite from
he's
Clone
like
Wars.
a yeah
He's like a cowboy.
yeah, there's a lot of cowboy
I have seen
impersonation.
him. I know.
Yeah.
I have seen him. I just didn't
Yeah.
know where the fuck he came from or why.
Yeah, he's in Clone Wars, but he yep. So he appears in remember that in Mando. You remember Cobb Vanth? He's the
Who?
guy Cobb Vanth.
No.
He's the guy who has the Mando armor that
Boba
Din wants.
Fett's armor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's just chilling in his town, and Cad Bane turns up. This is all fine, but like the way he turns up is because Tatooine is just desert, just vast desert, and he's just walking from like really far away.
He
And-
just appears on the
and
horizon. Just
he appeared,
casually.
and he's taking so long to just walk all the way. Yeah, he's in
an
this
old
like
guy now, very.
He does a Wonder
he's-
Woman.
he's
He
it-
walks
he's-
across.
Bro, why
he's-
isn't the
he's
Wonder
in
Woman
this-
theme a meme yet? It's so good.
he's in
I think
this.
it is.
It is, yeah.
I've only seen it used once.
He's in this big thick coat. He's got a black hat on. I mean that'll probably help the sun, but like he's in his outfit. He's got
That's
his
his
uniform
iconic
on.
fucking hat, bro.
Yeah, he should be
Can't say
dead.
enough, bro.
He should be dead for heat stroke. But yeah,
Nah,
so
bro.
he
Actually, the big hat will actually help.
human,
The
maybe
big hat
not.
will help.
That means
You know
he's
one.
cold.
You know one thing that I found. He's like 70 in the Book of Boba Fett.
yeah.
70 or 70.
I was about to say, like, when I
70.
saw him, I was like, how fucking old is this man?
Yeah.
Like,
70.
he was already
He was
getting
like in his
on.
30s. He was like in his 30s, 40s in the Clone Wars.
Literally, like, he was already getting on in fucking Clone Wars, and like, let's be real around. I mean, he's fucking pale.
Yeah.
So, you can
Everyone's
see
like,
that he's old.
he's too light. No, he's fucking old, bro.
So
Like
yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, long story short, without like explaining the details, he walks from like miles and miles away into Freetown, because that's what they call it now. They have like a bit of a back and forth. They do a Mexican standoff.
Be careful where I'm sticking my nose.
You don't have a nose.
Bro, I got it! Oh my
Oh,
god, how long
nice.
have I been farming? I've been farming for like 3 hours.
Yo,
Hell yeah.
that's pretty bad.
Honestly, Cobb Vance's deputy vexed me so much.
Oh no, that was so. He was purely just put in there just to get shot 4
What
times.
do you think about Cobb Vanth still being alive at the end?
I already knew because they wouldn't kill him off. I think it's kind of dumb. I don't
Yeah.
Mm.
because the
Yeah, he's gonna get modded.
yeah
He's gonna mod
he's gonna have a bloody
Oh yeah, he is.
prosthetic
He's
chest.
gonna get modded.
He's gonna have a mechanical chest like
I hope
Fennec's got a
not Fennec.
mechanical stomach.
They don't show off Fennec though, which I'm happy with.
I'd rather Fennec wasn't there. She's a woman.
She
No, I'm
basically
joking.
isn't.
You see, oh, rather she's not there. She's a
Yeah,
woman.
she basically isn't.
Yeah, but whenever she is there, she's stupid. Just the amount of things she does.
She's actually better in the Bad Batch than she is in
Mm.
Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. But anyway,
oh yeah, she's in the Bad Batch. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't, but I do know. So Cad Bane shoots a couple people and then walks all the way back. It's a cool shot. I'll give it that. But it's just like when you see how there's just nothing like that the eye can see. It's like, how far are you walking just to do that and then walk all the way back?
No, his deputy vexed me so much.
I don't know if I'm happy that they killed him off.
No, I'm definitely not.
Like
I don't,
he is a legendary bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think what they would have done with him if they kept him alive.
Yeah.
He's fucking
I mean,
old,
he's
bro.
probably
like,
not
I
even
don't know.
dead. I think he is dead, but they're
he'll
probably
be the
not.
big
He's probably
comeback.
not.
He'll come back later on. Trust.
No one's really
What,
gone.
in this fucking wheelchair, 120 years old in the
See-
sequels?
See, you see,
Killing Jedi's in a wheelchair.
I'd be careful where I'm sticking
see-
my nose.
you see, no one's ever really gone though. You see.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, as we all know, boys, no one's ever really gone. They just turn to a Force ghost, even though they killed thousands.
No
of
one's
kids.
ever really gone.
Even though they killed thousands of kids.
We're not talking about that today. I've got too much of a headache. I'm not dealing with the Rise of Skywalker. Last Jedi we can because but right now
Yeah.
that is a thing actually. What's worse, Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi?
It's really hard.
Last Jedi.
I'm saying Last Jedi.
I'd say Last Jedi like hurts the franchise, but Rise of Skywalker makes no sense. Yeah, I think fundamentally it makes it. I think it is worse. It makes zero sense. Like with
film
Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi's worse. Story wise, Rise of Skywalker's so much worse.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, I think even though there's a lot of stupid things which happen in Last Jedi, like Luke and everything like that, there are.
Vexima spoiled that.
It's just the main thing is Vader's legacy. That is the main thing that gets to me.
There's also the incredibly high stakes. But no, it's like, guys, you remember the Death Star? Here we've got the power of a Death Star is in all of these starfighters, and we've got 1,000 of them.
And just lifted it up with our fingers.
Yeah.
The most impressive feat in Force, just in Star Wars canon.
Yeah. It's also
yeah, I still hate Seema, so
oh yeah.
A little bit.
Just out her in the stream. It's right.
Oh, I maybe hate her in general. Yeah, you're right. Poor.
They could have done a lot
I'm
more.
going to rewatch all these films again.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Except for them two.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
That's fair.
You know what? To be fair,
I could barely tolerate Phantom Menace. To be honest, it's just the last 20 minutes make up for the whole movie. But the rest of it is really bad.
Imagine like being alive when all this was coming out. Like you've watched the originals, and then you wait like 16 years, and then that's the film that comes out.
It's a weird balance. It's like, because obviously, when Star Wars blew up, there was no like idea of a Jedi in their peak. So I think that was a big hype around it. Yeah. Obviously Star Wars coming back, but it's like, oh damn, we're going to see Jedi in their peak, what they looked like before.
There's only 3 Jedi in the original, ain't there? Well, 4 if you count Leia.
Yeah, and all of them, and none of this. Yeah, they're either noob or old.
Yeah.
None of them are in their peak.
Well, Luke's in his peak.
Well, yeah, but he's
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But yeah, first 2 movies.
Oh, Bog is playing Battlefront 2 as we speak. I just killed Vader as BB-8. You just ruined the 10th episode when Zombie BB-8, Vader comes back.
BB-8 is the best.
BB-8 is OP.
No, he actually is absolutely ridiculous.
Correct.
Remember when I got a 300 kill streak with BB-9?
I think it would have been quite fitting.
That doesn't sound surprising coming from your mouth. I can't lie.
It would have been quite fitting if I played that on stream, but I didn't have it installed.
I keep thinking about reinstalling it. But that whole glitch with my loadouts.
Oh yeah, it puts you off, doesn't it?
The thing is, your Wi-Fi would make that like it'd take 2 weeks for it to install.
It's not that bad anymore.
No, I'm on about for Joe's.
Oh yeah.
Take me a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything just
Oh, man.
wasted. The loading times were a piss take.
Battlefront. Yeah, without an SSD, they're quite long.
Yeah, just get an
Oh yes,
SSD.
please. Thank you for sending that. I was just about to delete that meme because I was just sick of looking at it.
I think I've seen that. Oh god. Yeah. So, Lewis, have you seen the Kenobi trailer?
I've seen a lot of clips of it, to be honest, but I haven't actually
Yo,
watched
he
it.
breathing. That so far, I think that's like the main takeaway I've had from that. He breathing. That's
No,
about it.
yeah, just leave the rest of it. It's like, oh my god, door to the face. Oh my god, Vader breathing.
Bro, oh, what's that? Is that music? Oh, yo, he breathing. That's basically it.
Yes.
Oh god. We will have to see.
When's that out?
The 25th of May.
Oh.
Anniversary
They
for the
missed it
first film.
Not releasing it on the 4th, to be fair.
Well, yeah. Well, instead, it's the anniversary of the first film.
Oh, they brought out
Oh.
the Bad Batch on May the 4th last year.
Probably left a bad taste.
I mean, the first episode of the Bad Batch was some of the best Star Wars
Yeah.
you'll ever see.
You know what they say? One bad apple ruins the batch.
Yes.
Or in this case, every single one of them fucks up the good one.
So if you actually want to watch a good hour of Star Wars, watch the
You'd watch
episode.
Rogue
Watch
One.
the opposite episode of the Bad Batch.
Or
and then just
Rogue One,
leave-
that's about an hour.
Then leave the rest.
I kind of forgot Bad Batch even existed.
Same.
Mid.
Is
It's
it?
so mid.
Mid.
Oh,
But the first episode is brilliant, as I said. There's a couple decent ones here and there, but the rest is just unbelievably average.
such a shame.
I know. Me and Sarah watching it every week. It's like, oh god, it's just nothing's fucking happening.
Oh god. Yeah. Oh, it's one of them.
I'll say as well.
Mhm.
Not going to spoil it. The last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are just as good as the best movies in Star Wars.
I've heard that.
I know Lewis will back me up on that as well.
I will fully back you up.
I'm going
It's
through it.
actually my favourite Star Wars.
What? Last episodes of Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Fair enough.
Wrong one.
You're not allowed. You fake fan. You didn't watch the originals in the cinema like me.
You're not a
Did you,
true
Joe?
Star Wars fan unless you're dead.
Unless you're dead. Yeah.
Bro, you're not a true Star Wars fan unless you've watched Star Trek.
Bro.
I
I
remember
think Star Trek is the most boring shit I ever to watch. I never
The
even
other
watched
ones are
all of
actually-
it.
the old
ones are
ones are good.
The old one's
Really?
better.
Oh, Picard.
I
come
never
on.
cared for him.
Shut up. Picard.
I don't care.
No.
That
Ah.
fucking Netflix animated Star Trek series.
What, Below Decks?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm kind of sad I know that.
Hmm.
It's just the big mouth of Star Trek. I know
Somehow
this.
worse. I'm not saying that actually. Big Mouth is the worst show on television.
Yes.
Didn't one of you fuckers enjoy it?
What?
Oh, fucking
Big Mouth.
no. Do you think
No.
I am?
No.
Okay,
No.
it was, someone did. I forgot who.
Not
I-
us.
I hope they get well.
We're not
soon.
creatures.
I hope they get well.
Creature.
You know, when you're picking your, it's like
Nose.
tangent. You know, you're picking your profile picture on Netflix, and you got like the show themed ones.
Yeah.
There's one of just the pillow from Big Mouth.
Oh my god.
So, oh my god.
I know because it's mine.
That'd be
What other
funny.
shows are coming out? Ahsoka. just
I
a Rebels
reckon
sequel.
Ahsoka will all be her.
Well, it's a direct Rebel sequel, so it'll be her.
I love how
and,
this is the
Thrawn.
standard for Star Wars now, is that the show has to be about them.
I'd hope so.
I just because if Dave Filoni's directing it, then it will be because that's his character.
So funny.
So it'll just be all her.
The book of everyone else.
Yeah.
What's Rangers of the New Republic?
I don't even know. I only know of Kenobi and Ahsoka. That's all I know.
Does anyone here played Republic Commando?
There's Rages of the New Republic, which I think is a film.
Hmm.
That'll be coming out. There was there was Droid Tales. There was a Star Wars film directed by.
Why are we getting Droid Tales?
So I don't know. I know it's not just 3PO and R2 either. It's just droids. Full stop.
Well, the last time it was a droid themed anything.
Shitty Clone Wars arcs.
Yeah, that would be the
one. All of the worst Clone Wars arcs are drone arcs. Drone droid.
That's gonna be fun.
At least you know. You can already tell if the episode.
It's really gonna prove our point that Clone Wars is actually really good.
If you see R2 as the headline for one of the arcs, skip that arc.
Should I?
Yes.
I saw.
I'm not asking.
There's
it's
a thing.
Really good if you skip to the next episode.
There is a thing on Disney Plus where it's like essential episodes, but it's like it skips. That's what I mean. It skips loads, so I'm not doing it because it's like
them essential. It misses out the Umbara arc.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Lucy's edge like the fuck you.
It's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch all of it. I just found that interesting.
I want to rewatch it, to be honest, but I need to watch new things too.
I've started Vikings. That's my new thing.
Any good?
Is that your new fling? Is it?
It's very good. It's been on my list for a while.
I've got one thing, but I've already used up the plug token of the day for it, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, stop.
Well, I haven't heard of that show. Can you say it again, Joe?
No.
What's that?
I don't know. He said some TV show. I've not heard of it.
League of Legends Arcane.
Is it Arcane potentially?
Maybe.
Oh, honestly, mate, you've never talked about it. It's weird.
Didn't you make a video, Joe?
I might have done. I don't remember.
Yeah, I did.
I'm really surprised, Joe. I didn't think you watched that.
It was a long time ago now. It was like a week ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. How long ago was it? It was
Star Wars is a history documentary.
It was 8 full days ago. That was a while ago now.
Wowza. Eternity.
I've given birth in that time.
True.
Oh,
very true.
Worst time.
What other Star Wars media is there? Force Unleashed.
That's actually good. The story's not great, but I didn't come there to play the story. I came there to kill the shit out of people, and that's the best part of it.
I think I played that like 4 times on the PSP.
It held by far the most powerful character in Star Wars, where he just shouldn't have been. He would literally fuck Vader blindfolded. It doesn't make sense.
He actually does. And genuinely, that's one of the endings of the game. You kick the shit out of Vader, and Palpatine's like, "Hey, oh, bro, do you want to be my apprentice?" And then he immediately betrays you.
Stupid.
And then you've got the sequel, which is the sequel's not very good.
Can you imagine
if that's the one I played more?
I prefer the first one.
Can you imagine if, like, in the Kenobi series, like, it wouldn't... I don't know if it makes sense, but if Ahsoka turned up, had her own episode, and then in the Ahsoka series...
Ahsoka turns up, so she's the one that says hello there.
Yeah, it's the other way... yeah, and then in the Ahsoka series, it's the other way around.
That wouldn't be the worst idea. But we know they won't do it, because that's actually an interesting idea.
I did Mando season 3 Boba Fett as an episode.
Oh my god. That would be so funny. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even put it like off the table either.
No. So sad.
Yeah.
Has the show ever done that where they have established characters and they just don't
use one they made up?
Yeah.
Picard.
I don't know. Not that I've ever heard of. Nothing.
Where the title character just isn't the main lead of the show anymore.
Nothing I can think of. Nothing that's not set up, and like doesn't work.
Yeah. The Walking Dead does have that, but it's very set up.
I think what's weird though is like, because they have it's kind of set up in the episode before Book of Boba Fett. Like we need to find someone I can rely on, and then it does the whole bloody Mando
They
noise.
could have just been like,
And then
"Hi, come join us."
That's probably what we thought it was. And it's like, he's actually got his whole episode.
Yeah.
A whole 2, you mean?
Oh yeah, sorry. He's got 2. I still can't believe that.
Oh yeah, he had 2.
He had 2
The
episodes.
first one, like Boba Fett was in like the last 2 minutes, and then the
No,
second
Boba
one.
Fett wasn't in that one at all.
He was in the 6th one.
No, he was in the first episode 5. He was in it for like the last 2 minutes.
He wasn't, it
Episode
was
6, he
Fennec.
wasn't in it at all.
It was fucking Fennec.
That was the 6th one that was in the last 2 minutes.
In episode 5,
Nah,
Boba Fett
it
wasn't. In
wasn't.
it for 1 second.
It was 6.
Episode 6, he wasn't in it.
No,
I'm getting
episode
it
6, he was in it, like doing his little brief
I'm getting
for
up
like
now.
5 seconds.
Book of everyone but
I
Boba
swear
Fett.
he was not. I swear it was episode 5.
No,
he was
no.
in it,
What
and
happened
episode 6 he
was
weren't.
5. Mando journeys, boo boo boo. He goes to Tatooine, builds his fighter. Fennec comes. Do you want to join us? He says yes, but I've got to do something first. That's the end of that. No Boba. Episode after, yada yada. Luke, yada yada. Fuck off.
I went on the bloody Mandalorian instead of Book of Boba Fett to look for it.
Good.
Makes sense.
You'd probably find him.
yeah.
Boba Fett had more screen time in that episode of Mandalorian than he did for 2 episodes of his own fucking show.
I know. That's. Oh.
I was so excited for that show as well.
Well, Book of
Which
Boba
one?
Fett.
Boba Fett.
Yeah. It's episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
They do like a brief, but Boba doesn't say anything. He's just staring at a CGI map.
Doesn't he just look at Mando at one point? It's like,
Yeah, he just does a nod. You know what? I think that day they got really annoyed with Tamara Morrison like not wanting to talk, so they're just like, right, here you go. They just chuck him in a scene where it doesn't make sense for him to not talk. Just makes it 10 times worse. I think it's weird that like one of the best Mando episodes isn't even in his own show.
Yeah.
Big.
It's weird. I don't know.
I wasn't a fan of the whole helmet thing. Not because it was badly written, it just pissed me off. With,
The helmet thing?
The armorer.
Oh, yeah.
Have you removed your helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He's like, right, well, there's only 2 Mandalorians now.
I have. Get the fuck
And
out.
the
Have
bloody-
you
and the
removed your
rifle-
helmet? Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to report you.
Yeah, but he had the darksaber. So
That's
he
what I
could've
mean.
been
That's
like,
what I
"No,
was.
fuck off, you're not Mandalorian
That's
now,
that's
dickhead."
what I was about to say. It's like there's a, it's like right.
Actually, you're
like-
not
it's like,
Mandalorian. It's just a
right.
playground slap fight.
It's like right. There's only 2 Mandalorians now, and the rightful leader isn't even one of them anymore. It's just,
You know the big one, Paz Vizsla.
yeah.
He's the son of someone in the Clone Wars,
Oh.
I think. Pre Vizsla.
Hmm.
And he has the darksaber. It's not really.
He
spoiled.
mentioned that in the series, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his ancestor was the maker of the darksaber, another
Mm.
Vizsla.
I know he mentioned that
Oh, I've just seen something.
because he was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, this sword, this saber belongs to me." Blah blah blah.
When he gets battered.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just seen something on Twitter. Will the Star Wars fandom ever be happy? Find out next week on Disney
Absolutely
Plus.
not.
This is literally us. That is so funny.
Absolutely not.
They're fucking listening, lads. They've got us tapped.
I hope they are.
They've got wires.
Should I reply just
Oh.
like yeah? Should I reply like I'm doing a podcast right now,
Make better media,
talking
but-
whack about it?
Let's do it. Promote. Come on.
I'm going.
Big promotions, you know.
No,
Me
no,
mid podcast shitting on Star Wars for 4 hours.
no, they know who I am.
The thing is,
Oh my god.
Respond. Make better media.
I will always love that saying. No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
But
Yeah.
I agree. It's funny.
Mate,
So,
especially
yeah.
at this time, because it just keeps fucking making it worse.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to please fans, because especially a lot of the Star Wars fans are wankers.
It's
but
like you say, Tyler. This Kenobi series is going to be a proper definitive chapter for a lot of the fans.
For a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like
is
they
this
had
gonna, like,
they had a show for Boba Fett. He finally gets like I don't know. Is he in any other shows or anything like that other than the original trilogy?
No.
Yeah,
I'm at Attack of the Clones for a
Oh,
bit.
yeah. Okay. Well,
He's in
yeah.
Clone, he's in
okay,
Clone
other
Wars
than
as well.
Okay, so post
Who's this?
Okay,
yeah.
so like post originals in the timeline, we finally get to see content of him like getting out the Sarlacc pit, doing stuff, finding like even though I was in Mando when he, but like find out how he got out, find out how he built himself up from there, and then they just spill that out. You had it right there in the palm of your
what
hand.
they were doing with the Tuscans, they just didn't do it very well.
When you can't understand what they're saying, it's a bit difficult. Exactly.
No, that is.
Aren't they actually like?
I think that's my favourite noise from Star Wars. I can't lie.
Where do they get the noise from? Do they just get like seagulls?
Seismic charge. Come on.
What?
No, the Tuscan.
No.
The Tuscan's noise is so funny.
No, seismic charge is better. Come on.
No.
Oh, okay.
Seismic charge. Okay. No.
No. Ah. Fair enough.
TIE fighters are also up there, but you know.
What was that?
It's a TIE fighter or an
Cat's
attempt
getting
at a TIE
stepped
fighter.
on.
So,
You know
No, I'm not
that's
gonna try.
someone's.
Yeah, bro. That cut you
that's-
off hard there.
That's someone.
yeah, I'm not gonna try.
That's someone slowly pressing their foot down on a cat.
I wonder how.
Maybe that's how they got the
those
noise,
noises.
Joe.
Let me just
Maybe,
quickly
yeah.
Google how they make Tuscan Raider noises.
Probably just a person.
It's amazing.
No, they might have made.
Is
them
that how
like
they do
with,
it?
like,
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You can just do it with your normal voice.
Look at that.
You can hear this picture.
God, I'm trying to think of like a reply for this Twitter
It's
post.
made from donkeys.
Angry
made from
sand
donkeys, lads.
noises. Oh, is it? Oh, that makes sense
Yeah,
actually.
you can
it's
literally
a brain
hear that.
from mate, this is why I'm googling because they don't use people's noises half the time.
Oh,
They
that
use
makes
animal
sense. To be fair.
Chewbacca's roar is used with 7 different animal growls put together.
That's cool.
The animals in question are bears, lions, camels, badgers, walruses, tyruses, and rabbits.
What's
And
a
what
time
big
rust?
noises?
Rabbits.
Yeah, 7 of those animals. They put them all together. to make
Mishmashed
their
together.
I
Yeah.
wa- I
TIE
wanna see.
fighters is a mix of car tires on a wet road
Oh,
and an elephant scream.
That's so
Oh.
cool.
It's amazing.
Me
sick.
looking up an elephant scream and seeing how alike it is right now.
I'll go on then.
Oh,
That's
have you
brilliant.
ever thought to yourself, you know when like it gets like really windy, you know like radio towers and shit, and they've got like the whole with the wires moving.
Yeah, that's the blasters, isn't it?
Yeah. You ever heard that and thought that sounds like Star Wars blasters? That's because that is literally what it is. One guy was on holiday and just hit a radio tower and went. So I can use that. And he
Oh
just
my god, it
modified
sounds exactly like it.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm
The
listening to it
the
now.
elephant's roar.
Wait,
Elephant scream. What? Really?
I'm
Right.
listening,
This is
I'm
gonna be
listening
a
now.
this is gonna be a weird YouTube.
Right,
search.
I'm putting it in. Don't worry.
Elephant
I'm
scream.
putting it in. I'm putting it in.
I'm ahead of you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, it actually kind of does.
At first, it sounds like a V8, but after that,
No,
it
it
sounds
literally
like...
It
does.
sounds like a V8.
No, it's actually kind of mad.
Right, let me listen.
Right, I'm full audio right now,
Oh.
boys. It does sound like a V8.
Then after that, he goes into TIE Fighter
Bloody
mode.
hell.
He actually sounded like a fucking V8 then. That was mad.
No, towards the start,
That was
but then it actually
it was a
goes into
V8
the TIE
idling.
fighter noise.
You know,
I love how they're all just like chilling. All the people just like, yeah,
Everyone's
it's
like,
fine.
yo, is that a TIE fighter? That guy's looking behind him
It's
like, yo,
Sarlacc.
Is that a
How do you-
TIE fighter?
How do you think they made the noise for the Sarlacc pit?
Gluck Gluck 9000.
God,
It wasn't far. It's not
Sar-
far off from that.
Salus is so
God.
you
good.
know what
I
they
went
did,
back
Jay?
in.
They got in a room with your mum, and
It's like a squealing noise, isn't it? They make like a squealing noise. the
I can't
sound.
remember.
They got an alligator's hiss
your mum.
and then mixed it with recording of the crew's stomachs gurgling.
Oh.
I've always
Oh.
wondered who thinks
Oh.
of this kind of shit to make these noises. Like, who just sits there and goes, Sarlacc pit, this weird thing. What
I'm-
kind of noise we want? I've got an idea. Alligator hiss and crew stomachs.
Well, they did a good job,
I
so.
might,
I'm not saying it's a bad job, but like, how?
should I just put for this reply into it just like if something good comes out?
The lightsaber.
I want to.
The lightsaber was created
What about the ignition of a lightsaber?
using the
Yeah.
background hum of interlock motors, which are used to play reels of film.
What about
More
the
than one
ignition?
projector at a time at multiplexes.
We want the startup noise of the lightsaber.
This was added by using a mic with a broken cable to get like a static kind of hum to it.
Boys, who's getting the retractable lightsaber when it comes out?
Pain.
I am. I don't care how much money I'm spending.
Apparently,
the amount of money that is, though, to be fair.
The guy that did the sounds for Star Wars is apparently one of the same guy that also worked on Wall-E.
Oh.
So he stays with the sci-fi. Rate the
He
grind.
only makes good films.
I'm willing to spend
He
like
didn't
$1,000
make
on that
Wall-E.
lightsaber.
No, I'm on about the sound effects. Kind of thing.
I'm
Now
ready to
that
fork out a
I've
grand for
heard
that
that
shit.
Tusken Raiders are done by donkeys, I can see it.
They look like donkeys as well.
Racist.
Is that right?
Two copies. Entering hyperspace is apparently 2 copies of the sound of a McDonnell's Douglas DC-9 jetliner played slightly out of sync, creating an oscillating effect.
Obviously.
Oh, and the Death Star controls are sounds that are just straight up from the old 1930s version of Flash Gordon. Like, that's not like they are the same. They're similar.
Just
They are
stole them.
literally the
That's
same.
that when
They
the
just
Death
took one.
Star's going off when it goes like, woo.
No, the control panel. Yeah, they're like all the little buttons and shit. It's just from Flash Gordon, like straight up from Flash Gordon.
Can you imagine being trained somebody to control a starfighter? The amount of buttons you see.
It's the same as a plane, isn't it?
Same as a pilot, yeah. I wonder how many of them buttons they actually use.
That's what I mean.
What piloting?
Mm-hmm.
Let me Google it.
What? How many buttons do they actually use?
How many buttons are used in regular use of an aircraft?
Fucking hell.
Top comment on that.
All those
Top comment on that
necessary?
elephant video was a 7-liter V8 be like.
7-liter V8. That's great. It sounds good, you know.
A lot of them are also built in as fail safes, so stuff like, oh, one of the wings have gone down, divert more power to the other one and shit like that.
Yeah.
That woo noise from the Death Star is the only other sound close to a seismic charge in terms of satisfaction.
Yeah, and the alarm.
Yeah.
Apparently, the guy that also did all that audio as well also invented the auditory black hole. So when like just before a big explosion goes off and everything like mutes for a brief moment, he apparently made that. Yeah. Auditory black hole. He's the one that made that. That made the whole thing of like it's about to go with a big boom, mute everything.
I've
for,
not
like,
heard
a
any.
split
I've not heard that outside of
To be fair,
What,
I remember
everything getting muted. Everything getting muted.
Yeah, I've never.
A lot of films use it for like big explosions. I'm pretty sure Independence Day uses it when the White House is blown up, like for a brief moment. It's usually like split second, maybe half a second. It's just pause, bang.
seismic charge.
It just makes the auditory sound of the explosion a lot harder on your ears because you've gone from silence to the most deafening sound possible.
Converted into a sound wave.
Star Wars opening credits.
Yeah, no. To be fair, that is how to.
Jake,
I remember when we went for the 8th one, you and me shat ourselves.
I remember when I went with Jake to watch
that
7.
they're deaf, right? All you have to do is play that near them, and you'll find out.
I remember we went with you, Jake, to watch 7. Start like the 7th.
Jumped out of our fucking skin.
Tell you what, I found more entertaining stuff like while we were in the cinema than watching the film. It was when you were like, you like I think you handed the popcorn to me and I missed and I hit it and half of the box went everywhere.
Fucking wasted the popcorn.
Joe, do you remember that? Do you remember that fucking video I sent you with the minions? It's like a
jump
my
God, I know what you're on about.
I think so. Maybe.
Oh, no.
I don't actually know. I might remember. I feel like I do. I remember like it made someone jump in the video.
I was gonna say, yeah. Every time we talk about like food in cinemas, it reminds me of when I went to go watch Avengers Endgame, and like as soon as I got in, it was packed. Like the film, we were slightly late, so we were just on the Hawkeye scene at the start. and I panicked to get in my seat, so I booted someone's Skittles across the room.
Oh my god!
He was on the floor and I didn't see him, and I was like, "Sorry, do you want me to get some more?" And he's like, "No, it's alright, just sit down, mate."
Bro, he's pretty chill, fam.
What a fucking lad.
Booted his
At least he was chill. They could have gone a lot worse.
No,
It's
it's
like a
alright.
rainbow just came out of my foot. It was like
No,
across the whole fucking floor.
No, it's
Yeah,
alright.
holy
Sorry about
shit.
that, mate.
No, it's alright. Just sit down, mate.
No, I think I got the best munch at cinema, to be
Just
fair.
carrot and dip, bro.
Carrot and dip, yeah.
Where did we go to watch that? And then I just started crunching on it at the back.
It was Ragnarok.
Odeon.
Ragnarok.
Was
Odeon. Jake. With Odeon.
Odeon.
Good film, good munch.
Oh, yeah, I
love
remember that.
film,
Odeon, yeah. It's a good film.
No, I thought you said where did we go? I was like Odeon.
Odeon, yeah. I suppose that, yeah. I suppose it's not wrong.
Spit facts.
As Jake always does.
Can't wait to get a
I'll
limited
spit
cinema
facts.
class and get him on soon.
Call me a
Sure.
machine because I'll be spitting facts.
Ooh, bars.
Bars.
Yeah, Joe, you need to get on Clone Wars and get through it.
Yeah.
I promise it does get good. It's
We
I
promise.
promise.
I know, I'm just.
Sources.
It's really
true,
hard
true.
to sell someone on something.
Trust.
I know,
The entry of it is terrible.
I know Joe's such a massive critic on this shit, but I would give my left kidney if you don't enjoy it.
I thought you were about to say left note.
And that, both.
Both.
I don't use them anyway.
Your left
Yeah.
side is currently
left
like just
side.
empty.
You can take the entirety of my left half of my body.
It's gone.
I'll actually be genuinely shocked if you don't enjoy any of it.
I won't. It's Joe.
I
Fucking
that-
Oh, he
hates
won't. It's
everything.
Joe. I don't hate
Hates
everything.
everything. He
We've been
hates
through
everything,
this.
bro. He
We've been
hates
through
everything.
it. I
Trust.
don't hate everything.
Dude, trust fam. He hates everything.
I don't.
The only thing he doesn't hate is himself, and even then he's not sure.
What? I don't hate everything.
Well,
He's getting defensive now.
I was just repeating what
you've
I
got him
said.
backed in a corner. What's he gonna do?
Oh my God,
Enjoy
just
Clone
say,
Wars,
I'll
but he
just
doesn't have a
say
choice.
I'll just say something I don't hate.
You
Go ahead.
have to.
Go ahead. We'll be here for
It
weeks.
is
While we're on topic,
required.
the original Star Wars films. Yeah. What do you mean no?
No,
What
I
do you
hate
mean no?
I don't like them.
Did
I
you
think
watch
I
A
would
New
do,
Hope,
yeah.
Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Star Wars films.
On
though.
rewatch, A New Hope is quite slow.
Star Wars films are
It was
trash. lol.
fine.
Oh, my favourite.
Is your favourite?
Yeah, we spoke about this before.
Oh yeah, okay.
Creature. No, I'm joking.
See, it's hard to tell with you, Davidson, because you are both under a rock and horrifically opinionated with the worst ones. So
It's-
the
A
only
New
one here
Hope,
that-
A
the
New
only one
Hope
here
is
that
my
I can't
least.
figure out is Tyler.
A New Hope is my least favourite original.
Mm.
Not-
Really,
I'm guessing
I
your
don't- I
favourite
don't really
Empire
like
Strikes
it,
Back?
to be honest.
No, it's Return of the Jedi.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know most people's
the main
favourite's
reason
Empire
why-
Strikes Back, isn't it?
Empire's the best film. I'll say
Mm.
that. It's the best film by a long shot. But
Oh my
Return of the
God.
Jedi just gives me happy things.
Mm.
That
Like-
last scene on
Those
Endor.
happy things have to be
Oh
kept
my
in the
god,
trousers.
that is. I think that's my favorite scene in Star Wars.
Mm,
The ending scene on Endor, in Return of the Jedi.
yeah. It's slightly off topic, but
when they're all
Ryan,
celebrating and the ghosts come up.
yeah,
Oh,
it's just good payoff, real good payoff. Slightly
What
off
were you gonna say,
topic.
Joe?
that's what I said to the police last night.
Ryan messaged me just saying that he's watching Shang-Chi.
Oh god.
He said,
That's a shame.
He said, that's a shame. He says, he's like, I can't believe he's in this ancient Chinese village fighting in a pair of Jordans.
Huh.
Put a
It is a
permanent
bit of a
product.
disrespect to the culture, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because China's such a nice country.
Yeah,
Am I allowed,
Yeah.
allowed to talk
To be
shit?
fair,
about
they're probably
No,
knockoffs made by the
please
Chinese, so it makes no difference.
it?
He's got them gin dons on.
Well,
well, the point is,
he's got them Jordan 1.5s on.
it's a terrible film anyway. So
He's got the Jordan.
And I hope he feels better soon.
yeah, I just said, oh God, good luck.
Get well soon, my friend.
Well, at least he's not watching Eternals.
He'll
Put my
probably
heart
be
out to
watching that
the
at some point.
security guard who died the other night.
If he's gonna, I'll tell him not to.
Have you even watched? Have you watched that, Wheeler?
No, I don't need to.
No, you don't. You're right.
I looked up what happened.
I bet there's
I've got
about
like a
2
shred of
lines.
self-respect left.
Yeah, you don't want to watch it.
I bet
I saved myself time by looking up the plot.
I bet there's about 2 sentences.
Son Icarus dead.
Yeah.
Done.
Gilgamesh
There you go.
unlucky mate.
Yeah, done. Finished. That's all you need to know.
Finish.
And Gemma-chan equals fit. And then that is.
Salma Hayek
It
is
was
also
like thirstier than unknown in January.
Salma Hayek is also a baddie.
Yeah.
She dies.
Yeah,
That's what makes that one makes it hot.
What eyes? I mean, I do prefer my women with eyes. To be fair.
it's a good start.
Yeah, like sometimes when they're
To be fair, I suppose Jake is surprised because the only ones he can get are without eyes. So. Sorry, Jake.
That's like,
Can't just say that and then just go, sorry.
Jason, that was that line.
Just goes, sorry.
Just looks at Helen Keller and Batista bombs her on site.
Oh, that's Jay. He's the disabled hater.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Careful what you say.
I think
Yeah,
he's asleep. He's got to be.
It's alright. He's asleep. We're allowed to talk shit about him.
No, because
people just summoned him.
because he didn't talk for he didn't talk for a while. It was like soon after you left.
You didn't want to spoil
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
we were like,
he can't
right.
join, can he?
I don't know. He can just message if he wants to join.
I was gonna say, I can he like not? Can you just like not read?
Yeah, but we were saying like I think one of us like, oh, I want to get onto Boba Fett, and then we were like, Jay, are you here? And then I was like, I'll drag him in bedtime, and if you don't come back in like 5 minutes, then we'll just get on it. So I think he was asleep.
Davidson, was it you that didn't enjoy Rogue One?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, someone didn't enjoy it.
It wasn't me.
I
enjoyed it. Or anyone points fingers.
Joe's in the background. I enjoyed it. I swear.
I enjoyed it. Right.
To be fair, I'll give it you. I'm probably the safest option for someone that wouldn't like it, considering my opinions are usually polarizing. So
they're not polarizing. They're just stupid.
fair point.
The polarizing insinuates there's like something behind it. It's just
So it's like, we can't predict maths, and I just hate everything, no matter what.
Yeah, we can predict
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that Attack of the Clones is just like we only semi enjoy it because we grew up with it, but it is actually a really terrible thing.
Mate, I haven't seen it in ages. I wasn't even
Phantom Menace as well.
The cringes love arcs going.
Like, yeah, I think Attack of the Clones is the worst one of the prequels, to be honest.
I hate sand.
The only good part is the Geonosian arena.
Yeah.
Everything else is mid.
I hate sand.
The Dooku fight's okay.
Yeah. The whole love arc between Anakin and Padme is just
bad.
It goes from really creepy to just cringe.
It goes from like straight up pedophilia to just trash.
I know the best part of Attack of the Clones. The fact that Palpatine sends Dooku, sends Jango, sends Zam, sends a droid, sends worms to kill Padme.
Mate, I don't remember anything.
Do you know what I love about that though?
All I remember is the good shot with the clones in the fight. That's it.
I just love how Anakin and I think Kenobiii, they jump in, swing a lightsaber like inches from Padme's head, and get perfectly on the worms. I know that they're good Jedi, but like, oh okay, that's still
And
I know they're Jedi, but like bloody
to jump out the fucking window and just grab the onto the droid. Imagine if he missed. It's like
he's dead.
200
It looks like it's the end of that franchise.
Yeah.
He just misses, directed by George Lucas.
Have you seen those memes where like, someone would die, they edit it to look like they didn't? It just immediately cuts to credits like the second they get hit.
Yeah.
Like the blade comes closer, hits him in the face, it just immediately just cuts out and just starts playing that. Or the one with the get out my gaff, you green cunt. That's the canonical ending to it. It just cuts to credits.
Oh, Yoda dies.
Fuck. Wait, I can kill Pontiff's ghost.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just spawns another one later though.
It's like Four Kings.
It's alright. It's alright. It'll be dead before he fucking spawns another one.
You know,
I'm very happy I'm right. Oh, sorry, carry on.
No, that's alright.
I was just gonna not talk about Star Wars.
I only found out recently that George Lucas didn't direct all 3 originals.
It was which one?
He didn't direct Return of the Jedi, and I don't think he directed Empire either.
I know he definitely wrote Empire because he went on holiday after it was made because he thought it was going to flop.
Oh shit!
He didn't really. I think he wrote all three, but definitely didn't direct Return.
Yeah, he didn't direct Return of the Jedi.
Let me just
I've
double
just
check.
looked.
And get my...
That's kind of mad.
Sacrilege.
It's kind of messy.
So he directed A New Hope, but everyone knows that.
He didn't direct Empire Strikes Back either. You're right.
No, he didn't. It was Irving Kershner.
Absolutely disgraceful.
It's kind of mad.
He directed all three prequels, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because he's terrible with dialogue.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you know when we were on about like fucking getting jump scared by the minions earlier? I forgot to mention this earlier, but I once watched my mum fucking jump out of her skin the first time we watched a 3D film because of the trailers.
Oh, I did as well.
The one where they boot a football at you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
screamed
my
in
mum
the theatre.
physically jumped out of her skin.
I
It was great.
I yelled and like covered my head. I just didn't expect it.
My head.
I couldn't stop laughing for like
it was like a shelling.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. It was like I went to a Clash of the Titans. So I already saw it. I already saw it before, like in 2D, and my dad was like, "We're gonna see it in 3D as well." And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Go on, Ed.
The only 3D bit was that. It was before the film.
What? So the whole film was not 3D?
Not really. No, it was like like the Kraken comes up and like there's like water.
Remember that really weird phase in cinema for like 2 years where they made films around 3D.
Yeah.
It
was really cringe.
So I'm very glad that 3D films just never really took off.
I'm very glad we are past that point.
Saying that Avatar 2 is meant to be native 3D, so you don't need glasses.
Oh, golly god!
So what they mean is
they've got 3DS.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Augmented reality.
Supposedly, that's the rumor.
I don't think I ever actually used the 3D on my 3DS.
I did once and it gave me a headache.
Yeah, it literally just gives me a headache.
Yeah.
Who's going to watch it in cinema?
Avatar 2.
Oh,
millions.
I don't know.
I think I might.
It's out at the end of this year, isn't it? December.
Is it?
It's definitely this year. That's all we know.
I swear it's in December this year.
I don't know.
What are they gonna do though?
I don't know. They've got 4 more films coming, so they're gonna have something in mind.
The Avatar cinematic universe.
Honestly.
Let's go.
Yeah, I just want them to revive the Power Rangers cinematic universe. To be fair.
Are there any of the old characters returning for Avatar?
We don't know anything. We just know.
Irvington, Zoe Saldana.
No idea.
The next one coming out very soon.
Yeah, it's definitely
this year, December.
Coming out in like fucking. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot Vin Diesel was in it.
My God.
My God.
Oh, it's my favourite Star Wars film, Avatar.
It may as well be at this point.
Love it, bro.
No.
Oh, I thought I just got
Star Wars.
I thought I just got a Twitter reply. I didn't.
Maybe Star Wars shouldn't be so shit these days.
And I'll still pour my money into it.
Way,
They stop buying shit cards.
Media consumer.
I wonder who that was aimed at.
Now just get Legos.
Lego, yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know what's happening going forward. They're making Mando season 3, aren't they?
Yep.
That'll be confusing for anyone who hasn't seen Book of Boba Fett.
Unfortunate for you.
Yeah. Wonder how they're gonna. That's so weird. Imagine someone.
To be fair, they might make it a Boba Fett
the
season
Andor
2.5
series as well.
Maybe a what?
The what?
The Andor series. I forgot about that.
Oh.
Cassian Andor from Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, that's just gonna fucking ruin it, isn't it? Because
there's the Acolyte, which is based on the High Republic era.
Is there anything that's allowed to be fucking a bit mysterious now? Do we have to explore every inch of this fucking
the best thing as well.
Topic of that, there's a Lando show as well.
No.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna go make food.
I thought you just cut off.
Yeah, I thought you just left.
That's it. I'm gonna go make food.
You
It's not
making food,
confirmed
okay.
whether it'll be Donald Glover or Billy D. Williams.
He'll be dead by the time they decide. And they'll just CGI him in, so it doesn't matter.
There's a Rogue Squadron, which is, I forgot, I think it's based off a game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, yeah, they're making a Lando show.
Oh, I'm
Personal attack.
There's a rumored Kevin Feige movie. Oh
my god.
Oh
Please
no.
no.
Please
I
no.
don't even know what that is.
He's the main
he's
producer
just-
for the MCU, the
Yeah.
Marvel
Oh.
films.
He produces every film
Don't do
okay.
it.
in the Marvel films.
Yeah.
Acolyte will be pretty good, I reckon.
'Cause I've got nothing to go off. If it's just
read
his,
read the High Republic
I
books.
don't
That's all
read.
you
I can't read.
have.
Yeah.
The only character you will know is Yoda, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose maybe.
Chewbacca actually will be alive. I don't know if he'd be in it.
Who knows? A bit of key jangling, so probably like, hey, remember him?
Anywhere that he's 300 in the sequels.
Yeah.
He's an old boy.
Yeah, he's seen a lot.
Seen some shit.
He's seen a
I
lot.
remember that thing that I saw. It was like, he's that old. He probably considers Hannah's his pet.
Yeah, maybe. I like to imagine that. That's
Yeah.
why he's angry.
That's why he hugs him in Return of the Jedi.
Walk,
Yeah.
doggy.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I missed you, boy. Come on."
Missed you, boy.
Chucks him a treat.
Chewie's seen everything. He really has.
He's seen some shit, bro.
He nearly got blown up by Ray as well. Nearly. Then they pretty bait and switch.
That pissed me off.
What, that he
my
nearly
God.
died? Or that he didn't
no,
die?
the fact that they faked it.
I know. We're not allowed to have any
At
consequences
least
in our
at least
story.
fucking go through with it.
I know.
Like, yeah, it would have been sad.
yeah,
Chewbacca
but
dying. Oh my God,
there
that
would have
fucking
been
heartbreak.
there would have been some really good
But
character
there'd have
building
been, there'd have been
opportunities.
consequence for her
Yeah.
being a Palpatine.
I'm genuinely sick of nothing having consequences.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. Like you could just do anything. It's like it's like, oh,
I
I'll
was
blow up
very
this
close
ship.
to crying when that happened.
Yeah, and then the very next scene.
It's like, oh wait, I'm alive because you didn't see the other ship. No.
Yeah, it just having another ship which you didn't see, so it's all right. Oh god.
Oh god.
I think it would have been fine if they killed him.
It would. Yeah.
I don't think there'd be a universe where people would be happy with the outcome, to be honest.
You
that's
either
the
get
point.
that,
Yeah.
or you get what we get now.
It's meant to be like really upsetting. Like, yeah.
I know, but
I think
I'm more
the
just
main
pissed off
thing
that
is
every other character was killed off
The
for the
thing is,
sake
a
of
really good,
True.
yeah.
making an
Yeah,
impact.
but that'd have been the only one done right. Han Solo was okay.
I thought
yeah.
Hans was alright, to be honest,
was
but
okay,
I feel like I'm alone in that.
I'm glad he's dead.
I liked Hans.
Glad he's dead.
I didn't like him dying. I just liked the way they took it.
I liked him dying.
It's better than Luke's death.
Oh, don't talk about Luke's death or Leia's for that matter. That was a disgrace for Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Cannot
The
really
last.
believe that.
I'm not gonna either go into spoiler territory or like just a tangent, but they because you know about Helen McCroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new season of Peaky Blinders just started up. They do a fantastic send off for her.
Do they?
In the show? Yeah,
They
it's
really do.
Really good.
Good.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. When I watched the first episode, I was like, Joe, they did a good job.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah. It's
Why don't you start what is coming out every Sunday? Why don't you like?
I don't have iPlayer. I don't have a TV license. I'm not paying for it either.
They don't have to know that.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
say, they just ask you and then you say yes. They're like, okay,
I'll come knocking on my door.
nah.
Can't pay, will take it away.
Imagine you're on that. You end up on can't pay, take it away. So I just
Right,
watch
We
Peaky
caught
Blinders.
you using BBC iPlayer when you're not supposed to, so we're taking your computer. Fuck off.
It's
We're
like,
taking your missus.
it's just like,
No,
it's like,
you'd be happy with that.
it's like I only wanted to watch Peaky Blinders. Bloody hell.
And then let you off.
Yeah. Okay.
Is
To
it
be
good
fair,
so far?
Wait.
I've only watched the first episode. I'm gonna watch the second and third on Sunday. Because they come out every Sunday.
the second is alright.
it's good so far. But that's only the first
I mean,
episode.
it's one of them shows where it's pretty fucking good the whole way through.
Well,
Yeah.
so far
It drops
still
off a
pretty good.
couple times,
Yeah.
but overall, it's a great show.
Yeah. That'll be like the second show I've seen that has a good end, if that's a good end.
I'm surprised. I'm really happy that they did a good send off.
Yeah, it's
they
really,
actually did.
really
That
nice.
was the main thing I was worried about for the
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It's what they should have done for Star Wars.
Yeah. Instead of just using
Oh,
old footage. That
Yeah,
didn't make sense.
yeah. It didn't even come to much. I know that obviously it did a thing for Kylo Ren, but it didn't make sense anyway. So it's like, oh, what did she like force breathe down his neck, and then Rey stabs him straight in the chest with his own lightsaber because she's a really good person.
Force breathed and then committed
He
homicide.
basically he did because he turned around because he stops doing and turns around. I was like, what was that? It's like, what did Leia do? Breathe down his neck or something?
It was just a distraction to fucking kill him.
Yeah, and then yeah, he stabs him straight in the chest as if Kylo Ren wasn't any more of a laughing stock.
And then she just heals.
Yeah, she just heals him. Poor Adam Driver. I hope he had fun making the films.
I can't wait for him to come out in a couple of years' time. I don't know if he has already, but for him to come out in a year's time, like, I hate everything about Star Wars.
He said he'd be happy to come back as long as there's good filmmaking.
As long as there's money in it, you mean?
Well, if he needs a new house like Oscar Isaac.
What more could they do with Kylo Ren?
So I don't
It's
know.
annoying because I actually
Delete him
really
and start
want to
over.
like the character. I think it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see him with the Knights of Ren. I'd actually make use of the Knights of Ren instead of them standing and dying. That's all they did.
Yeah. God, that's so funny.
Yeah, they smacked him around a bit when he didn't have a lightsaber. As soon as he pulls out of his ass,
yeah, they crumble. Yeah. Oh, and then he does the really over the. It's such a forced shrug. Like, oh, did you notice this Han Solo's son?
Yeah.
And then yeah. Mm.
And he dies.
Yeah.
Lol.
Lol. I remember when the film first came out. Loads of people were like, "You're gonna need tissues." It's really sad.
Oh, that was another thing I just realised. The forced romance, where there wasn't
That
one,
was
and then
terrible.
there was
Yeah,
one in the last 3 minutes.
You know, I thought
It was more of a brother-sister thing.
Yeah, but I also think the one thing that was that I was kind of hopeful about walking out of Last Jedi was like, right, that it's like Kylo Ren could be irredeemable now. We can have a proper lightsaber fight. There's none of this confliction. I mean, I looking back now, I prefer it, but just walking out of Last Jedi, I was like, okay, cool. They can fight to the death now. But then, and then
Like,
happened with that.
they could have taken him in so many ways. Like, I like the
Yeah.
conflict. It was good that he had conflict.
Yeah, definitely.
But fucking choose.
I
All right,
know,
is he
I
good or
know.
is he bad?
Oh no. It's like they start the film. It's like, you remember this guy's bad, and then he kills loads of midgets on it was meant to be
Mustafa. It's
Mustafa, yeah.
It's because he's raiding Darth Vader's castle, I think.
Yeah, to get the bloody MacGuffin.
Wayfinder.
The Guffin number 54.
Yeah. Of that movie alone.
The terrible film.
Oh, you got to find the knife to find the thing.
You got to stand at this specific point, aim the knife at this specific point, and it tells you where this specific thing is for this specific point.
And then once you get the specific thing, you need to find the to find the specific planet, to find the specific place of the.
Wait,
you guys are being very specific here.
The film.
They won.
You won. The film goes at such a breakneck pace that it's like, yeah, they won't question this. Just throw a lightsaber fight at them.
Oh, there's suddenly an assassin that killed your fucking parents, and there's a language that only C-3PO understands.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you how that happened.
Because Anakin, when he was making him as a little boy on Tatooine, he's like, yeah, you know, that's Sith language. I'm decent with that. I'm going to put it in this droid.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you how that works. Do you remember the concert? Do you remember was it a leaked poster of C-3PO had like a real
fucking machine?
It was like a P60 LMG.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, do you not remember that?
Yeah, there was like a leaked.
No.
There was a leaked poster of C-3PO. Like a. He was.
Let me get it up. I'm
like,
finding it now.
Yeah, it was like an LMG. And like you remember the first trailer for Rise of Skywalker? It was like C-3PO with red eyes, and people thought like, oh, they've hacked him to put him in a kill mode.
He's evil now.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they put him in a kill mode and give him an LMG. He's going to join the last fight. It's going to be so good. That's what the original speculation was.
Christ.
Can't find it anywhere.
It doesn't
I think-
exist.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Okay, it does exist.
I think the main fishing like point for films like this is like they wanted to end in such a nice, neat little tied up bow so that everyone
Look
could
at
just
this
go.
fucker.
Oh my god, yeah. Is that?
Oh, that's Chewie's bowcaster.
Oh my god. Why does he have that? I want to see the scene where they don't.
Deleted scene.
Yeah, I want to see the deleted scene how C-3PO got Chewie's bowcaster.
Wow. That's such a bad poster.
He's got
It
his
is pretty
he's got his
bad, yeah.
thing on as well. His sling.
Oh my god, he does.
And
Why?
Chewbacca's right above him as well.
With that on
With
as
the
well,
exact
yeah.
same thing on.
You know what? Because if you don't wear that, it looks you won't be able to tell them apart from the other Wookiees.
Oh, you know them Sith troopers.
Oh
they were
yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, they're there.
They were in it for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, they were. It's cool because they're red.
So
They're
cool.
brilliant on Battlefront though.
Oh yeah, they're lovely on
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Best.
Can we? How do we feel about this reverse grip stuff going on?
I like it because Ahsoka did it.
It's double damage. That's what it seems to be portrayed as.
Damage.
It's weird. It's just weird when Rey does it like randomly in a fight, and this fight just slows down like so much.
She swings it like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
It's like she's fucking Negan.
You know, I was with a really hopeful mind for Rise of Skywalker, where so that fight where they're on like this whatever planet is the bloody water planet. I thought that was because in the trailer they show quite a bit of that. I thought that was going to be at the start of the film and Rey loses, and then that would have been like the groundwork to fixing her. But no, stabs him straight through the chest.
Then heals it.
Yeah, and then
It's like, oh shit, sorry, bro. I thought we were play fighting.
yeah. I still can't believe that. It's such a violent way of doing it as well. She's got the venom in her eyes. she was killing him. And then she's like, oh, I didn't mean that. Because Leia breathed down my neck as well.
I walked out of that film thinking it
I
was
did.
good.
I did as well. It's okay.
We all did it.
We all did. I mean,
I texted
Lewis
Joe straight
didn't.
after, and I was like, you know what? With what J.J. Abrams had, he could have done a better job. That's what I said. I
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah. Yeah. We all
And
agreed.
imagine the hype surrounding it is.
We all
probably-
thought it was
probably
good. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember it was a talking point for months. Just like, I wonder if the next one's going to be good or not. I hope it's good. Hope JJ
Because
can fix it.
The whole Palpatine thing was the main thing.
Yeah.
Like, I should have seen the signs then of if you bring Palpatine back, your
Yeah.
film's going to be shit.
Yeah. Vader. Well, Anakin's arc is just ruined there.
Like, in 20 years' time, we're going to see a fucking Marvel film, somehow Thanos returned.
Oh, don't. Oh, don't.
Just because it will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah, because they
It's such a funny thing, bro. That someone
they're
wrote
already desperately trying to bring
someone
Iron Man
Someone
back.
wrote that.
a
You know what?
professional
Because
screenwriter
they're
wrote
going all down this like
somehow
multiversal route and shit. It'll come back.
Someone wrote that, and J.J. Abrams, I look at it, it's like, yeah, that's the one. We're putting
This
that
is
in.
fucking amazing. Like, oh my god.
I just wouldn't be surprised if Thanos turned
Yeah,
up again.
I was just finding it funny. J.J. Abrams is like,
Bro,
okay,
Purple Man.
he's like, I know how to write, but he's like, right, you need setup, you need payoff, but it's like, he doesn't know you need both of them to work. He would either do setup or payoff. It's like, how did you get this lightsaber? Good question for another time.
I was going to
We
say,
still don't
that's
know.
Ganassi summed up the sequels.
Yeah.
Good question for another time.
Yeah, we still don't know.
And then
we
they
never will.
proceeded to never fucking answer. Apparently, it just fell off Bespin and she found it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we have to assume. There's no reason to just. It would have been literally better if she just went found it, because then it's all mystery.
I think she's older than Yoda.
Yeah.
So
She could have come up with something better than that.
Yeah, I think she's slightly force sensitive as well. I think they said that. Oh, speaking of force sensitive, Finn.
Oh, Finn. Oh, that poor man.
Where you need to look at the fucking Easter. Like,
You need the yeah, but
to find out what
the
he said.
novelization.
Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker is the first film that has DLC. To get the full content of it, you need
2 bits of DLC.
Yeah, you need to play Fortnite.
Well.
You need to play Fortnite. You need to watch the film. You need to read the novelization, and maybe
the
listen.
Coolest thing ever and the worst all at once.
It's like
Nice.
he what doesn't he like? He comes up with he says like where like the main shield generator is or something, and they're like, "How do you know that?" And he just goes, "Feeling," and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, is that meant to mean that he's force sensitive?
I think they tried to do the same thing they did with Leia in the originals. Like,
yeah,
she's force sensitive, but it's like a bit like.
It's a bit iffy.
She just started singing Black Eyed Peas and found it.
But then in the sequels they have it so that Leia's actually a better Jedi than Luke, and she beats him in training.
She was just scared.
Yeah, and she was that good that she didn't want to do it, so she just stopped. Yeah, and hid her lightsaber away.
And let's not talk about that scene where she flies through fucking space.
Oh my!
That is the worst part.
That is the worst scene.
I was about to say it's the worst part of that
it's
film.
up there.
I don't know that.
It's up there.
It's very bad.
It's up there with Rose like pushing Finn out of the way.
God, Rose. She could have very easily killed Finn with that impact.
I will always say that I would have tolerated Last Jedi if Finn died there and then.
Definitely.
Like that would have been a full redemption arc.
I just think writers are far too scared to have permanent consequences. Could you imagine how impactful it would have been, right? It would have been unsatisfying, but it would have been a good bite point for the third film. If Finn did that and they still it didn't work.
Yeah.
It definitely would have been unsatisfying, but it would have been a plead of
I don't know about that.
It would have been a plead of retribution. Or if it just slowed them down, or like not permanently destroy the canon.
To a point where if they got away because he did it, that would have been fine.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, thinking about it, I think it would have been a bit like, oh,
that
it
would
have fell flat.
Yeah. Disagree.
Mate. There are ways that can work. Not that particular thing, but like where things like that can work. But yeah, that's not one of them. Yeah, I do. Last Jedi would have been 10 times better if he died there, because they kept him alive to do nothing in the Rise of Skywalker, to hint at the sequel trilogy that we wanted. But yeah, he's actually force sensitive. So, oh, how cool is that? So, yeah, what we're gonna do with that then?
Should have done that in Force Awakens.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do with that then? Oh, nothing, because this is the last film. Oh, okay.
But we're not going to tell you. You need to read it yourself.
Oh yeah. They seem to just set up so many things for new films. It's like, what are you doing? This is the last one. I ain't gonna let you have another film. It's when Ray pulled
the
out.
Last Jedi.
Ray pulled out of the yellow. Was it yellow or orange?
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow lightsaber. It's like, oh, that was really cool. It'd be cool if we saw that in like the rest of the film.
Not the first person to have a yellow lightsaber, though. Do you know who else has them, John? It's a group of people, not just one.
Is it like the Sentinels or something?
Jedi? Yes. Yeah. The Jedi Guards in Coruscant.
Ah.
The Grand Inquisitor was actually one of them, because I know you don't care about spoilers. He was a Jedi Temple Guard.
Oh.
And
interesting.
That's pretty cool.
He turned bad. He's the evil man.
Those Rebels get better after season 1.
So much better.
Oh
my god!
Very tempted to watch it.
It gets on.
Like, are we talking better?
Wars.
Okay,
oh,
that's
god.
fine then.
Oh, they've done it again. The fans have made a better looking the Grand Inquisitor than the people themselves again. One sec, let me get the. I've got to look. Hold on.
Like, it's more childish than Clone Wars. It's more.
I don't care about that though. To be honest, I just want to watch good Star Wars.
It's pretty fucking good. When Maul comes into it, it's a lot better.
Oh yeah, I forgot Maul was fucking in it.
Yeah.
That's the reason I started.
I want to watch it because of Maul. Forget some Maul's in it.
Season 1 is just that bad. It's
It
Season
just
1
makes you
is
forget.
really fucking bad.
the only good part is Tarkin. He's the only saving grace of season 1.
Right, isn't it?
All of the main characters are annoying.
Like, it's so bad. Like, when the main character is the worst one, it's so hard to keep
To be
Oh,
fair,
God. Yeah.
that sticks. He is still the worst character throughout the whole series.
Okay, so
It's like the new Mortal Kombat film.
Yeah.
Ezra is pissy. All right, I want to fucking break his jaw the whole time. I consider Kanan the main character because he's a good character.
There you go then.
Finn is the
In my
main
head
character of the
canon is that
sequels.
he's the main character.
Oh, God. Star Wars, it's got very big up and downs.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is why I try not to take it too seriously, to be honest. It's just...
I'd say that, but I'm completely obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, the amount of times...
I like seeing funny spacemen do
Right,
funny
as a
space
kid, you
things.
don't know the amount of times I've tried to grab a can or a pencil or whatever.
Can or a
Everyone
pencil.
did, bro. Everyone
You,
did.
you've got a couple cans, haven't you?
Yeah, but some people did it a couple times. I did it hundreds of times.
Like, this time will be the one.
I got the Force theme playing in my head. One day it'll work.
It's like when everyone, like, you know, when people do mad reflexes and try to see like webs shoot out their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. There's one of like a guy who caught a graphics card off off like a shelf.
saw that
That was funny.
And he's like,
It's
not working.
It's not working. I'll try later.
Joe, is there a Havel's ring in this?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Do you know how far into the game it is?
I cannot remember.
Okay, that is fine.
It's I can't remember. It's not too far from where you are, I believe, but there is a Havel's ring.
I will always say that Rebels is slept on. Like,
I really want to watch it.
It's
It's just,
so good.
season 1 has such a bad start, bro. I really, I genuinely forced myself to watch it. I watched it towards the end of like my fucking Disney Plus subscription. I was just like, I don't even care to rewatch. I don't
There
even
is a
care
there
to
is a time skip at a point of like 2-3 years, and after the time skip, it's a lot better.
Okay, that's all right then. I will consider trying it
But
again.
in between that time, the writers like found a way.
It's all right. I'll finish Better Call Saul for the second
It's
time.
the exact
The
same
time?
It's the exact same writers as Clone Wars. Dave Filoni.
Yeah, apparently just first season's on his strong point then.
He can't hit the ground running. He needs development.
He needs to get up.
Once he's got the ball rolling.
Maybe that's why Book of Boba Fett's so weak.
Maybe we just need a season 2.
But,
There we go. You solved it.
Who was it? Him and Jon Favreau.
Yeah, them two have been doing all of the live action Star Wars Disney Plus shows.
Who's writing the Kenobi one?
It's someone else. I know that.
Let me see. Kenobi writer Joby Harold. He has done.
I know who that is.
Let's see. Awake.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast. What the fuck is that?
That's not even out yet. I'm trying to see.
John Wick 3.
Thing is though,
Edge of Tomorrow.
The thing is though, Google's really vague because these might not mean like it just means that he's a part of these somehow. That might not mean writing. So it's kind
Edge of Tomorrow, which I liked.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good.
It's like Groundhog Day but war.
Yeah, I know that if Jake wasn't getting food, he would tell you that it's named after like 4 different names based off an anime, based off a manga, based off a ancient conscript found in dinosaur fossils.
Yeah.
He says that every single time Edge of Tomorrow's brought up. It's on my list
Oh my
though.
God, that Grand Inquisitor's so much better.
Yeah.
Just needs more piercing eyes, and they got it.
It's kind of embarrassing that Disney's the one on the right.
I mean, it just looks so bad.
I'm looking just like the show looks so much more expensive. Who was that other guy as well with like the hat?
He is the fifth brother. He's one of the Inquisitors.
Oh.
They also ruined him.
Is he meant to put on weight or something?
No.
So they really just got a bigger actor to do
Big
that.
Asian man will play fifth brother. It's Wong.
It's Wong.
Wonk.
I'm watching it again. I want to see how bad this is. It is awful. Dry.
It looks it's so weird because everything in the background looks really expensive, and then at the front it's like, oh, that's fan made, right?
That looks like a shit cosplay.
It's terrible. We'll get these up again.
I wonder if they will bring Jedi Fallen Order to live action, like in any sense, any characters. I know they slightly teased it
They
with
got
the
BD1.
BD unit.
I feel like I don't see why they wouldn't, but I feel like Disney would just be thinking people don't play games. Only neckbeards play games, so they won't get it.
They're fucking nerds.
Yeah. So I don't know.
They're saying to the Star Wars community.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to catch a wider audience.
What, Chinese?
With a big
just
ass
anyone. just all
No
the
offense.
kids.
Oh my God. That's
So
his
I don't know.
wind, Lord of Cinder.
Oh my God. is it?
Cringe.
I feel like I don't think it would be out of the books to I don't think it'd be off the table for him to come in, because I know
What's that for?
Cal Kestis being live action.
I was just saying anyone like Merrin, Tara Malikos, the Inquisitors.
I wish they made all the old shit
Greaves.
canon and actually
Bro,
acknowledged it.
Malikos, they need to develop him.
Really
more.
like
They could
Malikos, yeah.
Oh my God.
Which one's Malakos?
Oh,
I know you're about, yeah.
Yeah, we'll try and keep it vague because Lewis still needs to play it.
Oh, okay.
What's it? Sorry,
Fallen Order, yeah.
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Never mind, you good. We can't
I
talk
was
about the
thinking
title.
about playing it today because I wasn't having fun playing Dark Souls 3, but
Yeah, no, it would have been a better idea.
Do it.
yeah, it's alright. I'm having fun now because I
And
got
if
my
you
axe.
enjoyed Fallen Order, you'll like
fucking
Sekiro
good.
because it's the same story.
With how
So good.
Is it like relatively easy?
well,
Yes.
there's
Okay.
difficulties on it, so if you just pick the normal one, then that's fine.
That's fine.
Grandmaster for me is not bad, and I haven't played a Souls game, so that's how you know it's easy for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Don't
I
play
was gonna say
story
that.
mode, whatever you do.
Think
You
I've
can't
seen you
die.
Play these games, bro.
Just don't play story mode because you
You can
can't
actually
die.
just stand there and just take hits.
Yeah.
Not on Grandmaster.
That's like the
Hence the reason why I said it on story mode.
Oh, okay.
that's like
Just
the
be told, I know on
journalist mode.
Grandmaster. I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be either. I feel like.
I mean, I want to give it a go because it
It
seems
is-
like it
yeah.
would be really
Definitely.
fucking good.
I think-
so good.
I think Disney would probably their main concern would be thinking like people aren't going to get who this is, because even though Fallen Order is really popular, it's like only weirdos play games.
I wonder what they'll do with the second game. I don't want to spoil
The
it,
same.
obviously, but yeah, but where do they go? Adventures with Cal and friends.
Well, I mean, that's what the first
Shit
one was.
timing and all.
No, it
that.
wasn't.
It wasn't.
There was a lot of stakes in the first one, and then they decided, I'm not okay. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop.
It's okay. It'll be good. With how you get through games, Lewis, you'll probably finish it in like a day or two. It's not that
It's
long.
not long.
Oh,
Remember when
really?
you finished it in 2 sittings, Joe?
Yeah, I finished it in
You
2
were going to
sittings,
sit it
yeah.
do it in one, but I told you to slow down.
Yeah.
Wait, is it a really short game?
It's not
Yeah.
really, really short, but it's like under average.
It's short for a Souls, like
10 hours.
incredibly short.
Yeah, about 10 hours.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yo,
Sure,
is
but you
it
can
hard to
complete other
finish
Souls
one
like in like
I
sitting?
think
2 hours.
I
But
think
like, that's with,
even
like,
when
speeds.
I think even when I went for it on my PC run, it took me like 10, 11 hours for my first one.
Jeez. I'm
But
looking forward to
that
it,
was
though, 'cause
me.
it does seem like it'd be really fucking. No
Yeah.
way.
It's
Is
a
that-
good.
You will love the last mission. You will
You
adore
just love it.
Okay.
Love it.
I hear it is just meant to be really fucking good anyway. But
Yeah.
Is there any weak points?
Is there a lot of like replay value?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You got New Game Plus. You've got
Collectible.
collectible stuff. There's side bosses. There's side areas.
They're not that.
Seen
They're not
small
that
amounts
vast.
of gameplay of it, but
Yeah, not that vast, but there's enough to
100% the
do.
game. It's not that long past
Mhm.
completing the game normally. To be
How
fair.
many hours? How many hours did I get on the game? Because I think I've
I
done.
think I've got about 60 in 2 runs.
I've got 23.3, and I've done like about 2/3 of the stuff, like including playing the game, getting the customization and all that. I think I've done about 2/3 of all that. But then again, I know where most of it is. I'm familiar with the game, so that's
There's
just
little
PC
shitty
time.
mini games as well outside of it, but they're just like okay,
mini things.
like little filler things. Like there's an arena mode.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
just
added. That was
like
added
just
fairly
cute
recently.
stuff. It's like quirky
Yeah,
little side modes.
little cute things.
Yeah,
Alrighty then.
it's definitely a game that's made with passion.
Yeah. Was it
It's
Respawn?
passion.
Well, that
Yeah.
being that
Aggression.
passion being
Respawn, yeah.
Respawn.
Yeah.
And
Bro, Respawn have done dirty. Like,
EA
like, actually.
EA didn't want them to make it either. They wanted a blaster game. But the people at Respawn were like, well, my guys only know lightsaber combat. And it's like, well, you're not doing it then. It's like, all
Could you
right.
imagine how fucking boring just a blaster game would be?
I mean, like,
it
there's some good ones
depends.
in the past. Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter was sick.
Oh really?
I feel
Okay.
we haven't had, like Force Unleashed would be the last one. We haven't had like a lightsaber fucking single player game since then, really.
We've had
Like
a shit ton
Jedi
of that.
based.
We have had a lot.
Yeah, but like good quality ones, and there's not many.
Jedi Academy 2. Made by Raven. That's a good company. Can't believe they've been fucking absorbed by Activision. Pisses me off.
Absorbed.
But they did great with Modern Warfare Remastered.
Mate, they used to make good games. They used to make really good games.
Giant's dead.
What about that fucking plug and play one that I keep bringing
Plug
up?
and
That
play?
one was sick.
Why
Was it
is
like Jedi? It was like Star Wars lightsaber duels. It's a plug and play one where you have like a fucking toy lightsaber that you wave in front of like this little droid thing. Like, mate, it's sick. Genuinely brilliant. They had one from Lord of the Rings as well.
My childhood.
They had one from Lord of the Rings as well, and I had both.
Dead by Daylight that's spelt wrong is trending again.
What?
Dead by Daylight that's spelt wrong is trending again on Twitter.
What's that?
It's like Dead by Daylight, but it's spelt wrong.
Why is it Dead by Daylight?
It's Dead by Day and then LGIHT.
Oh, legit.
Yeah.
Legit.
But like the
Bro, that was legit.
I think the joke of it is that like most people don't even see that. They just see that DVD's trending and they're just like, oh, I need to do something. Put a clip on.
Who here played the episode 3 video game actually?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is a surprisingly solid game.
Yeah, I liked how they.
It does follow the film like exactly, but it's actually pretty good.
Takes parts of the film.
I was because they literally stole bits of the film.
I'm half tempted to like emulate it and go through it again.
Oh yeah, that was good. I liked that. It reminds me of my nan and granddad's house. Because that was where I played
emulation?
it. No, that game. That wasn't funny, Jake.
It was.
It wasn't. You know it
See,
wasn't.
Tyler's laughing.
It was.
It was. I'm a liver.
Oh my god, he's playing Siege.
Oh my.
Well,
Dun.
on that note, I think other than Kenobiii coming out and other things coming out,
but I'm also terrified. Same as Book of Boba Fett. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, I think until that comes out, I've kind of exhausted this for now. as of right now, as this is being streamed, we don't know what next week's topic is, but we're going to come up with that by next week. So stay tuned for that. I just Jake, I just heard you like eating your mic. What was that?
Yum yum yum.
Yum yum.
Oh, he's gone. Okay. Well, this one's streamed on Twitch, so people on YouTube ain't going to see it. But
Good.
thank
Sounds
you.
like a them problem.
Oh, thanks, Bog. Thank you all for listening. If you're listening, thanks for watching. If you're watching, see you later.
Not if I see you first.